Milo, is that you?
There, I think I got it.
Oh, I know who Olaf is. I've got a 4-year-old niece.
You just have that look on your face like,
he had
nothing to do with what I said, but you have that look on your face like, what the hell are they talking about?
He went to see the movie before his kids did.
Yeah.
Queso always has that look on his face.
No, you're starting in right. I was listening to Viewer Mail 83, and so you're going to start in right out of the box, huh?
Well, why?
You're not wasting any time.
What happened on 83?
Well, you were giving me a rash of crap, and then you're always like, "Oh, I'm so worried that I'm upsetting Tom."
Well, I am. And I didn't think it was crap. I thought that was pretty mild crap, I thought.
That's mild crap. There you go.
Yeah.
It's not just crap. There's heavy crap. There's medium weight crap. There's mild crap.
Marginally adequate crap.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the Delta variant of crap, and
now the new Lambda variant of crap.
Lambda variant? There's another one?
Oh, yeah.
It's starting to sound like a Greek society here.
Yeah.
Lambda. Omega Mu.
You guys talk.
Clap your hands, everybody! Everybody, clap your hands!
Good.
You know, when I started this actual
For those
podcast,
following along at home, that was from
never mind. Go ahead.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yep.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
We don't want there to be inside, we
don't.
comments. So
And
that's from the movie Revenge of the Nerds.
little bit more modern than Carter's Little Liver Pills and the Ed Sullivan Show. That was at least from the 80s.
Yeah. Says our human encyclopedia of Bewitched from 1964.
Hey, great show.
It was a great show. Who here was in love with Elizabeth Montgomery?
Who isn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, was.
Yeah.
When I started this podcast, I had no idea how to start an individual podcast, and I still don't, but you guys seem to have no problem getting them started.
That's because we're drunk.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe
Trained
not.
professionals.
That's right. We do this all the time.
Oh, do you?
We replaced the pull start with a push button.
All right, today is Monday, July the 12th, 2021. And this is the big Name LaFawnDuh's Sibling show. Are you guys?
We're going to have dancers and singers?
That'd be nice.
Just like always. I sense controversy on the horizon. I sense before this show is over, there's going to be much controversy, hand-wringing, me apologizing to Queso for being hard on him. A lot of ignoring the spoon because he's just going on and on and on.
Well, see, your problem is that, look, hey, Mr. Tom, I noticed right away what is different, and so others comment, but no, you just go in and start giving him a rough time instead of complimenting him on the new headset.
His hair, too. Look at his hair. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And his glasses. He's got a whole new look going on.
You look a whole 3 weeks younger.
Is that the headset with the brown earpieces?
Yes, this is the executive model.
Oh, how do you like that one?
This is the first time using it, and it's very comfortable. I feel like Howard Cosell on Monday Night Football.
He could go all the way.
Well, everything Tom has is the executive model. His chair, his headset, everything.
Oh, he's an executive.
His car. Yeah, that's true. He's an insurance executive, so he has to have the best.
Did you try out the other headset at all, or?
This is the first time I've been recording since they arrived, so I haven't had the chance.
I like the sound of this one. This is a good one.
It's actually I like the ear things. It's more comfortable.
The ear things.
Then I don't know what I know there's a name for these, but I they're much more comfortable.
See, I've made you feel bad again.
You're so. Oh my God!
Oh,
whoa!
Top shelf with a peanut butter. Top shelf with peanut butter.
Is that how executives talk?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
In my line of work, yeah.
Yeah.
That's on that's on the free channel too. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Oh no, it is. Oh my word.
It's not.
Hey, so Lionel, would this be the first instance of the Rochester Americans goal in this podcast?
Yeah, in this
episode.
Yeah, in this particular episode. Yeah,
we're going to keep a running tally.
Yeah, we'll keep a running tally
for listeners. You have your options. Put your numbers in the pool now.
And you know what happens every time the goal horn sounds, don't you, Bruce?
Yes, sir. A minor leaguer gets his contract.
Wings.
I'm just glad I wasn't the first one this time.
Yeah, that's a switch.
That is a switch.
So is that how we're going to do this? Then we're just going to look at. We're going to share the screen and just go through this together. Then.
Yeah, why not?
Which post we're looking at? There's a couple of these posts. So which one we're looking at? Is it the one from June 8th with 101 comments? There's another one rattling around somewhere. I thought I saw.
Yeah, the second one doesn't have any name suggestions, so we only have to go to the first post
from June 8th.
Yes, with 101 comments.
Is there 101 comments? Holy man!
Yes, there are.
That's good. We'll have to be efficient with our time.
Did I comment?
Sure, go ahead and comment.
No, did I comment?
You
don't even remember.
You can't.
There's a disclaimer that employees of AML, their families and media families, blah blah blah, are not eligible.
Yeah.
For Tom's edification, there, the earpieces that are on a headset are either called earmuffs or ear pads.
Thank you, Cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
Little known fact.
Yeah,
little known fact.
Really, if you think about it, it fits. Kelly!
For those at home, we are referencing the TV show Cheers from the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you're going to do that every time somebody says something.
Well, there are some younger kids that have no clue what I'm talking about or what you guys are talking about.
I suppose.
Hey, Mr. Kelly, how's it going? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and I'm wearing milk-bone
underwear.
It sounds to me like you guys are making him out to be the norm, not the Cliff, though. Come on.
I'm a combination of.
Yeah, you're everybody. Yeah, you're the combo.
You call him Clorm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do some introductions real quick here. So we got right off the bat, we got the Spoon, all the way from Green Bay, Wisconsin, home of the squishy tundra of Lambeau Field.
Hi.
All right. So it rained a lot there today.
Yeah, still is.
I was just listening to today. I was listening to Georgia's Journal Part 6. Boy, you were really giving the kid a hard time.
I'm being real.
Yeah, keeping it. Hey, you were keeping it real.
I was keeping it real.
Keeping it real. And
I wasn't wrong though, was I?
No, you weren't.
Does George know how long it is till he can retire?
Yeah.
I'm at 3,176 days.
Hey,
perfect.
Hey, if you want me to back you up and say you weren't wrong, can we just rewind this all the way back to, hey, I'm going to Horn Pain. It's going to be great. And somebody in the room was going, no, it's not.
Yeah, when you said, hey, have you ever been to Horn Pain? He says, no, I hear it's great.
Yeah.
Should have known right there.
And what did I tell you? What did I tell you? He's got to figure it out on his own.
That's right.
Well, then why were you yelling at him?
When, just before?
Yeah, on number 6. Yeah.
Well, listen to the episode again and you'll figure it out.
He was providing sage advice.
Yes, I wasn't really yelling at him. I was just trying to tell him, Boyd. As soon as he said the one thing, I'm sitting there going, oh my God, kid.
Oh,
God, you just can't do that. You cannot be doing that.
Oh, yeah, sure. When the Spoon does it, it's sage advice. When I'm doing it, I'm just a cranky old man.
Potato.
All right.
When the Keener shoe fits.
Yeah. And then we have the greatest nickname in all of AML land. He is he's still the secret agent 0013, but he's known as none other than simply the Queso Cowboy.
Good evening.
How's the new headset?
It's awesome.
I'm kind of liking that one.
It is. It's comfortable. It sounds good. No, this is really good. I think this is going to be the go-to.
And what about the licorice? Did you try it?
The licorice was fantastic.
How long did it last?
There's still a little bit left up in the pantry, but it's very good. It's my frequent snack during the workday.
Yeah, I just started buying Tom's stuff for the heck of it.
I dip it in the WD-40 and swirl it around. And...
I love Amazon because you can just start buying people stuff. I'll send this to this person and this to this person. Ask David.
I can send you my wish list if that would help.
Yeah, well, so long as it's all under like $10, you'll be good to go.
So there's like a limit on Secret Santa.
Yeah. And then we have, let's see, we did the spoon, we did the queso cowboy. Bruce the mailboy, Bruce the moderately agitated mailboy. Are you moderately agitated today, Bruce? I'm
actually happier than a pig and poo.
Oh, yeah? How come?
I've had a good day. I got some stuff accomplished I wanted to do. It's this retirement thing is good.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
You may have to change his nickname instead of moderately agitated if this keeps up.
Yeah, if it keeps up. Let's see how it
yeah, goes. You clowns may have a chance of getting me back there. So
are you saying retirement fits?
No, retirement is great. You should try it when you get there.
Got to have a goal.
Yeah, got to have a goal.
Hey, how many days for you now, Mike?
3,176.
Beautiful.
You
want me to send you the countdown clock I use on my computer?
No, I've had that on my phone. I've got it already on my phone. Excellent. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Do you really?
March 18th to 2030 Yes.
I thought it was April 16th.
No, March 18th, 2030.
I'm surprised you don't have a portable one you can sit on the desk at the office there when you're working.
Yeah. Yeah, just sit it up.
Wait, whoa, hold the phone a minute. You're saying March 18th, 2030.
Yeah. I'll be 60 years old.
But I thought you were going to retire when you have your 30 years in.
No, I got to go till I'm 60.
Or 30 years, right?
No, I have to have 60 with 30 years. I have to go to 60 in order to get the bridge insurance that the railroad will provide till I'm 65.
How many years will you have when you're 60?
38 and a half. No, I am not going for 40.
Oh, man.
Come on.
See, that's totally different than the last couple not to derail the intros, but the past couple conversations, at least I have walked away that you were out like in a year and a half. Not
if the right situation presents itself, I could be, but as of right now, it has not.
Oh, okay.
So now that we've determined your exact retirement date and how many years you worked for the railroad, what was your pet's favorite name and what street did you grow up on?
My pet's favorite name?
Your favorite pet's name?
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one because I've had so many.
What was the make of your first car?
That was
what was your high school mascot?
That was a Ford Maverick. Maverick and the Jaguars.
Yeah, remember, you're supposed to lie when people ask you these questions.
And the other thing is, the other question was Bruce Lane.
You're supposed to lie when people ask you these questions.
What's your birth date?
He already told us that.
March 18th.
What's your mother's maiden name?
Ellen.
What's your father's middle name?
No, your
George.
mother. No, your mother.
Oh my God, it's almost too easy.
Yeah.
Your mother's maiden name is Ellen?
Oh no, I thought she said middle name.
She changed
Shorey.
She changed her first name when
Shorey.
You're sorry about what?
No, Shorey, not Shorey. I'm sorry I jumped on here.
I didn't know she was Canadian.
In the time that you guys were talking, I already opened up a loan in Spoon's name for $10,000.
Might as well just ask him his social security number. So all this stuff.
You know that on the back of your credit card, Spoon, there's 3-digit numbers.
Yeah. What's that called?
That's just that number is only for your own reference, so you can keep your credit cards in order.
You want to know what that is?
Yeah, what's that number?
555.
Okay. 1212.
Yeah.
There's only 3 digits.
One.
Go ahead.
Well, that's his Amex. That's 1212.
15 minutes already.
How about Diners Club?
That's 6971.
I am not a huge fan of Amex. The amount of fees they charge my business.
Thank you for whoever's giggling to get that. I appreciate that.
I'm not a huge fan of Amex. Their fees, their merchant fees, are ridiculous.
And Costco doesn't take them anymore.
No, they're only Visa now.
Yep.
Oh, really? Costco doesn't take
MasterCard.
No, not the ones here. No, not even in the gas pump.
The MasterCard debit card, and they'll take it.
I thought they only took MasterCard, not Visa.
No, only Visa. Well, I don't know if that's only a Texas thing, but that's strictly a Visa here.
Well, up here we got MasterCard. They'll take either MasterCard or Visa in Green Bay.
I wonder if that's a state law or that you have to do that or something. Because they have just like when they had Amex, right? They had a credit card they would offer you and you got cash back and stuff. But they got a Visa now you can get here, and that's all they'll take. Even the gas pump, which blows me away. Because, like when you go to, I don't know if you guys have Sam's Club. You go to Sam's Club, it's the same as Costco as far as like how the gas works. And they don't, even though they don't take, I don't think they'll take Visa or MasterCard at Sam's Club, but they'll take a debit card. And the gas pumps don't care. They'll take anything.
Doesn't gas kind of work the same way no matter where you get it?
Only a Texan would ask other Americans throughout the lower 48. I don't know if you guys have Sam's Club, but.
Well, no, I'm speaking to somebody who lives in the South who lived in the North for half his life and did not have Sam's Club. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know how much they've got now, but they used to be very localized to the South. And also, two of you are in Canada. I don't have a clue what you guys have besides Tim Hortons.
See, there's one in Green Bay. There's one in Appleton. There's three in Milwaukee.
Okay. Now I have
Tim Hortons.
Oh, I'd like to have a Tim Hortons up here. That'd be great.
I have a serious question for those that regularly write in to the viewer mail. I have a serious question.
This is a first, folks.
Yeah. Didn't the last 5 minutes not just bore you to death?
No, because we're finding out what Costco. In Costco Canada, the only card they take in store is MasterCard, but you can use your Visa online.
We have a lot of posts to get through tonight.
Yeah, enough.
Well, cut to the chase.
All right. Well, I'm trying to introduce.
Give us the name and we'll be done.
I'm trying to introduce Chris Atkins, who really doesn't have a nickname yet, do you?
I just can't believe that hard part's the one that's sitting there going, move it along.
Yeah, that is hard to believe. Yeah.
Hard part's a little under the weather tonight. So.
Get to the island.
You're out drinking with your buddy Jim Beam?
No, I actually, I'm still recovering from a vaccination I received the other day.
Well, then you should have got. If it makes you sick, why would you get it?
Because he's going to Thailand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, we have Chris Atkins here, all the way from Argyle, Texas, which of course is the home of the world-renowned Argyle Fighting Sox.
What's happening?
And we forgot to mention that, of course, Spoon's the Spoon son was supposed to play baseball tonight for the Ashwaubenon Lookouts. Hey, Kelly, do you know why they're called the Lookouts?
Because they hit a lot of foul balls.
Yeah, and eventually they just went, let's just call ourselves the Lookouts. That one kills me every time. Now I've made Spoon mad.
Yeah,
now I always feel. No, actually, I never feel bad when I make Spoon mad.
Nobody ever does. I was pretty happy with him last night. He wore the old platinum sombrero, as they say in baseball terms. He went 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts.
Oh, there you go.
That was kind of hard to do. The pitching was amazing, though. I mean, he wasn't the only one.
Is it hardball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a semi-pro league. It's a semi-pro kind of league.
Yeah. Where they get like a beer at the end kind of thing?
If they want to buy one.
Yeah. And then we got the modeler simply known as Kelly, who is the head landscaper at the Medford Railroad Park. He's the safety officer. He's the radar. He's the guy in charge of the radar gun. He's going to be pulling people, speeders over. Are you the vice president now of the live steamers? What?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Don't sound so excited.
Yeah, don't just nod. It's not video. It's audio.
I know.
What's that?
Yes.
That didn't sound like more like a. I should get. Hey, Queso, should I get him one of those fancy headsets?
Who, Kelly?
Yeah.
He's just gonna break it.
Well, I was gonna say, wait till I break this one, then send me.
I have a question for Kelly though. At the railroad park, do you sit up by a siding so if somebody's speeding, you can pull them over into the siding and not block the main line?
Oh, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do. This is going to be the first year using it. So since we've been closed,
you've got to get somebody taking video of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll set something up.
And it's not really a radar gun. It's just something you set on the dash of your car.
Okay.
Well, you are the one that told us that. It's not actually a radar gun. It's what is it again?
It's a novelty toy.
Novelty toy.
Hey kids, see how fast you can throw a hardball at home.
And you're the
stationary. It's a stationary radar they use for hockey and baseball.
Oh, okay. And you're the former president of the HO Scale Club.
You're right.
And you're the chairman of the chairman of the train show.
Train show, correct.
And you were the chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board of governors, and I'm up next for the next go around. Yeah.
So you're going to be the chairman. When will that election be?
That won't be until January.
So in January, you'll be the chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board of governors.
Can you do New York, New York?
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it in New York, New York. This vagabond.
You notice how long it took him? I was working my way up to it, and I'm thinking, I'm just walking him right into this.
Yeah, he was playing like a trout.
Oh,
that's right. Yep.
Okay. And he's the president of every model railroad club within 102 miles of Medford, Oregon. He's none other than the modeler, simply known as Kelly. And finally, the reason we're here tonight is because we're dealing with a man that has a spending problem that can't help but buy stuff. And he has graduated from having more tools than he needs to now having more cars than he needs. He is the owner of the car, the official vehicle of the AML Nation, LaFawnDuh, and he's now bought another car just because he doesn't want to drive LaFawnDuh, which of course leaves questions of them. Why does he have LaFawnDuh, which we have never really answered, other than he's trying to jam the price up for when I buy it.
So he must have bought an old beater to go along with his fancy BMW, huh?
Yeah, it's just like kicking around. You know, there used to be a thing used to be a car company called Rent-A-Wreck. That's probably what it's
Oh yeah,
you probably got a nice Lada.
Yeah, I got a 74 AMC Hornet.
Nice. Now that's a classic.
You should have gone for the Pacer.
That was my muscle car. That was my first muscle car. Was that
the MC Pacer?
No, the Hornet. Yeah, the Pacer. I got a Hornet.
Four-door.
Yeah, I got a Hornet with a gigantic engine in it and polyester tires. I could not keep that thing on the road.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, the reason we're here is because this is the finals. This is the day when we decide what LaFawnDuh's siblings' name is going to be. The winner is going to get a $100 gift certificate to Midwest Model Railroad and a couple of T-shirts and some hardware. So it's a big deal. We can't fool around. And Hard Part has declared that from this point forward, from July 12th forward of 2021, LaFawnDuh's Sibling will be known as the name that is decided upon.
That is correct.
And then everybody else, each one of us is going to pick a runner-up. If a Hard Part doesn't pick ours, then each runner-up will get an autographed picture of Hard Part beside the new car and something else.
Something else.
Does he have to wear shorts from the 70s?
Yeah, you got to wear shorts from the 70s. You got to reproduce that Tony Cook picture on the website.
That's a classic.
It is. So I want you to do a NASCAR picture. Borrow somebody's helmet and do a NASCAR picture with one knee on the ground, beside the front fender.
That could actually happen because Road America is opening up the track on Friday nights this summer where you can actually take your own car on the Road America track.
And that's cool, too, because before the summer's over, if you go to Road America, you'll be coming around a corner and you'll be going down the straightaway and you'll get to the end of it and you'll be going, holy crap, look what the guy did to his car.
I'd like to take LaFawnDuh on the track because right now she may have some octane booster in her and she's moving a little fast.
All right, so let's get to this. We're going to try to go through this now. Everybody keep track of one that you like because we're going to have runners up. Each runners up gets an autographed photo of Hard Part and the new car, or Hard Part and the new car in LaFawnDuh, whichever photo he decides. But it's going to be a personally autographed photo for each runner-up. So are we ready?
We're ready.
Go.
Let's do this.
Okay, so the first, so basically it was, let's read what the contest was. Contest runs June 8th through June 30th. Let's clarify that. Contest runs from June 8th through June 30th. All entries must be in the comments section below. And we need a name and a backstory to justify the name. Any reference to Kip and or Salt and Pepper will not be considered. The winner will receive a $100 gift card from Midwest Model Railroad. Runners-up will receive autograph pick. Multiple entries are accepted. The winner and the runners-up will be revealed on the July 13th podcast. It's actually July 12th, but I think I said July. So the very first one was from Brooks Willig, and he said Jarvis. Yeah, is the artificial intelligence that Tony Stark created. But you nixed that one right out of the box, didn't you, Hard Part?
Yeah, we talked about this on a previous show where Brooks does give a great explanation and a great backstory, but I did not see whichever movie he is referring to, so I have no personal connection to that comment.
So that was Iron Man, isn't that the movie he was referring to? Isn't that Tony Stark's character, Iron Man?
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty cool suit. It's a red and gold colored metal suit, Iron Man, where he zooms around the world saving damsels in distress. That kind of sounds like your kind of gig there, Hard Part.
That's what I do every day.
So can we safely say that one's been crossed off the list right out of the box?
It has A+ for effort, but I don't have a personal connection to it.
All right. Here's the next one was from Mind Mount Models. I'm a little disappointed with the backstory. Point form tool or assembly fixture, because Kevin gets everything from Fast Tracks.
Yeah, I don't want to name the car Point Form. Let's take Point Form tool and get some ice cream. That's a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
Or assembly fixture.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Or taking it to Canada.
Yeah, and then or the problem is you'll end up with an acronym. Let's take PFT.
Right there, yeah.
PFT or AF and yeah.
Donald Iris, he's a fan. Him and his buddy Mark Herrick are big fans of the show. He posts a lot. Metallica because of the metallic in the paint. But that was Don, we appreciate the entry, but it's basically 7 words. It's a 7-word line.
Hey, Hard Part, is it something you're trying to get where this fits on a license plate at all, or what are your thoughts regarding that?
It doesn't have to fit on the license plate, but okay. I just don't. I like 1 or 2 word, names.
Or one word with lots of syllables, maybe.
The shorter, the better. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Neil Erickson, LaFawnDuh should have a successful little brother that reflects his owner's success and interest in music. D.R. Keene is not a medical doctor, but aims to make Kevin feel good. All right. Doctor,
DRX, of course, is virtual nature of his title. As my comment says, I have absolutely no idea what Neil is talking about.
which is not unusual because Neil very rarely has any idea what he's talking about.
Is it a time zone thing with Neil?
Yeah, I think it's a time zone thing.
That or the wacky weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Definitely the time zone. And I even asked for clarification and still got nothing.
Yeah.
And too many days of
clarification and clarify, that's for sure.
Too many days without any cold weather. That's
I think it's the constant salt air. I think it's the salt air that does it. Jeff Schultz jumped in. Neil Erickson, I think the problem is that he's not sure what the name you are proposing, Dr. X. See, that's the problem. The problem, Neil, is when somebody else has to jump in and try to explain to Kevin what it is you're trying to say. Then Kevin's like, his eyes start rolling in the back of his head.
It already became too complicated.
Yeah, and then at the bottom, Neil goes, Jeff Schultz, you choose. I'd call my car Dr. X. Well, Neil, it's not about your car. It's about a Hard Parts car.
That's right. Yeah. Let's remember why we're here today.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it safe to assume then there'll be no doctors in your car's name?
Well, not that anyways. I think a key here is Hard Part is that you need to understand what people are saying.
that is the first requirement of this evening.
You've been pretty quiet there, Spoon.
I'm just soaking this all in, man.
Keep notes of.
He's busy taking notes.
Yeah, I've got busy taking notes of absolutely nothing because nothing has been nothing's been able to be kept.
It's almost like we need an applause meter, and we can judge Kevin's response to the names, and then the one that gets the highest needle on the applause meter.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
If only we could figure out a way to do that.
I'll throw my 2 cents into the ring at the very end if the name that I am thinking of has not been brought up.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Right now, there's cricket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, let's call it cricket.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Have you been driving the new wheels around?
I have.
And how's that been going?
It's been going pretty good. And she doesn't have the get up and go that LaFawnDuh has, but she's a mighty smooth ride.
He's gonna take it to get it souped up like he did LaFawnDuh.
Gotta chip that machine, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, I gotta find an accurate chip.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we'd be doing. He'll put a chip in it, then he'll be getting special spark plugs, then he'll be getting the tires, and the next thing you know, he'll be going on a road trip to sell shoes, and he'll be renting a car because he can't put miles on whatever its name is.
And also it gets 3 miles a gallon because he chipped it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he's taking it to Road America and put it off track at the carousel.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually get better gas mileage with LaFawnDuh, believe it or not.
I thought there were, I sensed there was something in his voice of where he's going, I've bought too many tools. I can't get them out of the basement.
Everything's on the wheels. It'll roll right up. The new vehicle has half the horsepower of LaFawnDuh, but LaFawnDuh actually gets better gas mileage on the highway.
Huh.
Well, there you go.
Crazy.
When was the last time you drove LaFawnDuh?
Friday.
Oh, okay. So just like 5 days ago.
Yeah, just
So
a few
is
days ago.
it specifically for dates now? You only drive it when you go on a date?
Um,
I'm sorry, her. I'm sorry, LaFawnDuh. I didn't mean to insult you.
Okay, James Henry says black ice due to the color and how cool you look in it. It's actually the best one yet so far. Black ice.
It's not a bad one.
so far, it's the best one. Yes.
Kevin marks James. You're headed in the right direction. This concept may be conveyed. James says, I see a lot of slipping and sliding in your future. I'm not sure.
I don't quite understand that.
Yeah. I wonder if the viewers didn't understand this wasn't a drinking game.
Oh, that could explain a lot.
Oh.
How do we say this last name? Marcel. Oh, James Henry. Send me your email address or your address and your shirt size so I can send you out some shirts. And anybody else that hasn't sent me their address and shirt size. He goes, I think Rhonda, because it rhymes with LaFawnDuh. Oh, this is my favorite. This was walking away. This was my favorite. I haven't even looked at any others, and this is probably going to be my favorite. I thought this was great. I think Rhonda, because it rhymes with LaFawnDuh, you can just picture Kevin in a Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses, King Kona flip-flops, retro sandals, and jean shorts listening to the Beach Boys on his way to the Dairy Queen singing, Help, Help Me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda, yeah. Get around in my heart. She was gonna be my wife, but I was gonna be her man.
Walking away. That's a great one.
Yeah.
What did you think of that one, Kevin?
I think his backstory is excellent. I'm just not thrilled with. If you look at my car, Rhonda is not the first thing one would think of.
What is the first one would think of?
We'll find out when the show's over, won't we?
It's the first thing Rhonda. LaFawnDuh, Rhonda. This is the thing I think of. You in a Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses. Is there such a thing as King Kona flips? Right.
Yes.
Wow. Come on.
Wow.
The guy.
Like I said, the backstory is really good. It's a great backstory. I just don't see my car named Rhonda.
Well, you better see your car named one of these things before we're done.
We still have like 90 more posts to go.
Yeah.
Okay. You said that you like the creativity on that one. All right. Angela,
creativity, outstanding.
All right. Angela Sutton. I'm going with Viola after Viola Smith, the world's fastest girl drummer and a Wisconsin native. Who needs Gene Krupa? What do you think about that? A Wisconsin native, Viola Smith.
You know what's funny about that post is I actually read an article about Viola Smith maybe 2 months ago. And for Angela to suggest that, I thought that was pretty cool.
Maybe you and Angela have some sort of cosmic connection. You should seriously consider.
I don't know. Perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great and if you watch that YouTube video that Angela posted, it's pretty cool. And it's a great story about a woman drummer, which was not exactly common at that time, who had some great success with her career.
Okay, cool. And then Jeff Brigham, the guy who does our daily check-in, which we very much appreciate, Jeff. Everybody seems to enjoy that. He says, Jean-Luc Picard, never one to give up, always ready to engage. That describes you, Hard Part. You're always ready to engage.
Absolutely.
Make it so.
And I could also point out that Picard has the word car in it if you're in
Yeah.
Oh.
Which-
And then Neil Erickson, who says, like many girls I've dated. And Neil, go back to sleep.
And I don't know what Neil's referencing to, the talking part or the engaged part.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows what Neil's talking about. But he's enjoying himself.
He is, and that's what matters.
Neil thinks it's a drinking game.
He's harmless.
Yeah. Neil thought every time he made a comment, he could take a shot.
There you go. I thought that's what we did with the podcast anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Whose was it that was Picard? I'm sorry.
That was Jeff Brigham.
Jeff Brigham. That's right. That's right.
Our daily check-in guy, which we very much appreciate. How do we pronounce this last name?
Eric Piacelli.
Eric Piacelli.
Yeah.
He sent a very lovely note to Tony Cook, who forwarded on to me. Big fan. He goes, I'm going with Winona, as in wine Ona, a reference to Kevin's box wine conversations, and your vanity plate would be...
would be, say it.
Would
say
be
it.
Rider.
and spell ride.
Ride, R-I-D-E. And then her. Because, having been a major actress of the Netflix series Stranger Things, one could say in an alternate universe, such as the AML, Hard Part, like the real Winona Ryder, is one of those Stranger Things. There you go.
Somehow I don't think the DMV would sign off on that.
No.
Yeah.
Because you have to fill out an explanation of what a vanity plate would be. And I just couldn't see, picking up a lady for dinner and a concert, and please would you like to sit in my car?
You could just
bring her around the front.
All right.
Do you guys have
we
have license
plates.
plate on front and back?
Yeah, we have to have front plates here. So that's not going to work. I think it's a phenomenal effort, but in terms of practicality, that will not contribute to how the evening will go.
Sure. Well, why doesn't on a plate and it's not offensive to anyone? You don't have to.
Yeah,
explain
but why doesn't Kevin just go and be smart like James Bond and have the rotating license plate?
Oh yeah, there you go. And then
you
machine guns behind it.
Whatever, but I mean, he just
that'd be
he
cool.
could put the rotating license plate, so Ryder might be one after he hits a button, and all of a sudden it goes to Ryder. Sure,
but my
after she's already in the car.
But my question is, if he's picking her up picking her up for a date and wine and dinner, is he showing up in the gas guzzling MDX or the always sleek LaFawnDuh?
Oh no! The very first license plate is God's Ride.
Yeah, but is he picking her up? If he's picking up a date, is he picking her up in the gas guzzling MDX or the always sleek and beautiful LaFawnDuh?
He picks her up in the MDX because he wants to show that he makes enough coin to afford the gas guzzling MDX.
Nice.
And he has the BMW just for show in the driveway.
Yeah, exactly. I don't drive it anymore. I just park it out front.
You know what you need now for your front yard is one of those things you see at a used car lot. It's like you put the car on it, and it's it's a Lazy Susan, and it just it's motorized, and it's just constantly.
Yeah.
I could see LaFawnDuh in the front yard, just constantly revolving with lights on it at night. And
this is Wisconsin; those are cinder blocks.
I'm sure my neighbors will love that.
This one was. We love Ted Johnston, another regular listener, but I thought this one was a little weak. How about no Fonda? It's more than a Honda. It's just not LaFawnDuh. And then he spelled LaFawnDuh part twice, or differently both times. So that one, I honestly, Ted, I thought that was a weak effort.
But he did. It was a weak effort, but he did at least make an effort. So we have to give him points for that.
Okay. How about would that be a golf clap, Spoon, for an effort?
No.
Oh. Okay. This one, I like this next one. This is a good one too. This is I'm torn between this and who's one?
Rhonda.
No, the one. Yeah, which we did, or Marcel Valeur did that. I'm torn.
It was Picard.
Yeah. Peter Borchard's Dave, because everybody needs something called Dave, and Hard Part doesn't own a dog, so Dave it is. I like that.
Yes.
What do you think?
It's a good backstory. I think Dave is a little plain.
No, Dave can be a lot of things other than a plane. It can be a dog. It can be a. Oh, I get you mean plain, like simple. I got you.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Dave?
I'm sorry, Dave.
I'm sorry,
afraid
Dave.
I can't do that. I'm afraid I can't put the passenger seat back all the way, Dave.
Oh, so last night I had to put washer fluid in. I got the error or the message saying my washer fluid was low, so I put washer
wait a
fluid
minute.
in.
Time out.
Hang on.
How long have you had the car?
Is this the new one? Is this the Honda or the Honda?
The Honda.
Yeah, is this the
Acura.
Honda or the BMW?
The Acura.
You had to put washer fluid in
I had
it.
to put washer fluid in. It's a new car. It's 4 days old, and I had to put washer fluid in it.
What? Every time we come from the dealer full.
Yeah,
it
makes me want to check the oil too.
Well, if you've been around this area lately, it's been pretty windy and dirty and dusty and dry, and I can see where he could go through that. I bet he's putting washer fluid in all over the place.
A gallon of washer fluid in the summer? Come on.
Yeah, but I put the special bug stuff in, so it's fine. I'd rather have the good bug stuff in versus the cheap purple stuff. And so after I put the washer fluid in, went to lock the car, and it wasn't locking right. And I thought that was really weird, and I could not get it to lock. And so I was sitting in the car and
crying.
No, not crying. I was reading the owner's manual to see if I missed something, and the car wasn't on. And then it started pouring out. So I'm like, I better just stay in the car and read the owner's manual. So I turned it on, and then I got the error message saying that my hood was not latched properly, which was, I guess, pretty good. So I'm sitting in the car in my driveway, and I backed in the driveway. So I'm looking at my neighbor's house across the street, and, the lights pop on, and they saw the windshield wipers go on, but they didn't see me in it. And all of a sudden I get a text message saying, your car is on and the windshield wipers are going. and I responded back. They just happened to be looking out the window and saw it. And I said, it's just like the movie Carrie, where the car starts up at night and then it goes out around town wreaking havoc, and then it comes back in the garage like nothing happened.
Yeah, I can tell you, across the street, this is what the woman said. Abner, he's got another car.
There we go. So Dave is pretty funny though. I did chuckle when I read that, but I'm looking for something a little more cooler than Dave.
So if the Acura continues to give you trouble and you need a replacement, I know a guy that can help you out there.
Okay, that's good.
Craig Drenko says BBQSteve, because there's nothing like a good barbecue. Can I call you Steve? Washed down with a sun drop. That's not bad. BBQSteve is actually not a bad name. I mean, it kind of rolls off your tongue. BBQSteve.
I just it's a good effort from Craig, and I just tried using that in normal conversation. Let's take BBQSteve out for a little spin, and that might cause some confusion.
Robert Thomas says Chandrella, actor that plays LaFawnDuh. I think this fits well with the whole Floyd Bunsen story. Chandrella Bunsen, LaFawnDuh Marks. I don't know.
I kind of like Chandrella.
Do you?
I do. That's a cool name.
Oh, all right. So is that in the? So did it? Was it in the early running?
It's in the top 5.
Wow, that's exciting. Wow. Did Dave make it to the top 5?
No.
Oh.
Finally, something.
Yeah. Jeff Schultz, T1000, between being liquid metallic and futuristic. I can't believe they didn't have it wasn't full of washer fluid. Holy mackerel. Yeah, you might
You heard about this shortage, right? You can't buy cars because there's part shortages. It turns out it's washer fluid.
It's washer fluid.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. That's why there are no cars on lots.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, did you check the signal fluid?
Signal fluid is the signal fluid is full. The washer fluid was
Did
not.
you make sure they were tight?
Yeah, totally tight.
Today I got a call from my Harley dealer because I didn't feel like changing oil myself, and I had scheduled it to go in, and I wanted to look at something else. And he calls me up and he says, "We have to cancel your service appointment." Why? Well, because we don't have any oil.
Oops.
What?
Wow.
We don't have any oil. There's a shortage. Nobody in the country can get any. And I'm like, well, can I bring in my own? He's go, you got oil? I went, yeah, it's like at the parts store. Oh,
Yeah.
They have oil there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Anyways, here's T1 Jeff Schultz, T1000, between being liquid metallic and futuristic as all get out. How could it be anything else? What do you think about that? T1000. That's pretty cold and heartless, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no emotion with T1000.
No.
And when you pull up to somebody and you ask, "Have you seen this boy?" It's going to create some problems.
Yeah.
Okay,
It sounds like one of those late night infomercials. And if you act for a mint tonight, we'll send you two packages of T1000. Separate shipping and handling.
Just pay separate shipping and handling.
Yeah.
Leave one in the house and put one in the car.
There you go.
Exactly.
But wait, there's more.
Monda, Mike O'Durney, Monda, M for Marysville, where it is made. Onda, it rhymes with LaFawnDuh. And also Marysville plant owned by Honda. Is the caddy LaFawnDuh? Is the caddy LaFawnDuh or is the true? Anyways, he says Monda. Mongo.
Mongo.
Alex Harris,
interesting
raising
story.
saddles.
It'll never pass admissions.
These are the kind of entries I like. This one's from Jason Smith.
Hold on. Interesting story there, Mike. All I think of is the Seinfeld episode where he can't remember the girl's name and calls her Malva.
That reminds me of the story of the one time I was trying to tell a friend of mine that Kramer got a job, got fired from the
Here we go. I think we've proven that one.
I like this next one from Jason Smith. Gary. The name Gary needs no explanation. Gary answers to no one. I like that.
Gary, Dave.
Marcel Valera says, my cat is named Gary. It's a great name to yell when he is in deep doo-doo. I have a nephew named Jason Smith. So Jason made the name Gary, but Marcel has a nephew named. I wonder if they realize they're related.
Could be. So
Wait a minute.
Is that Gary thing from a movie somewhere? Where does Gary come from?
It's a great name.
It's just
It's
like
Gary is actually the name of SpongeBob SquarePants' cat / snail.
Snail. Yeah. Snail pet. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Are we sure you are? We have no doubt that you have extensive knowledge of SpongeBob.
Somebody asked where it came from. That's what it's
Gary.
Peter Borchardt says, Gary, great name for a cat, just like Dave if I had a male dog. All right, let's keep just going. Adam Pinella says Adam because Adam gets shit done.
That's awesome.
That's a valuable point. He makes a valuable point there.
Read the backstory.
All right. You can give my prize to the second place winner because MMRS doesn't have 2.5-inch scale. What is MMRS?
Midwest Model Railroad.
Midwest Model
Oh,
Railroad.
it doesn't have 2.5-inch scale, and I'm not sure what I'd do with a photo of you and Adam. You'd put it on. It would be autographed to you specifically, Adam Pinellas, and you would put it on your wall along with your other prized AML possessions.
There you go, by his workbench.
But that's exactly what you would do with it, Adam. What would you do with it? Come on, Pinellas, get your head out of your ass. Brian Doherty, if it's anything like my car's, sauna after sitting out in the sun in the summer. That's actually.
Would you like to come sit in my sauna?
Yeah. Ooh, look at this, Peter Borshitz. I don't know if this was a shot or across. Knowing Kevin, his model probably has auto cooling mode, so it's nice and cool when he gets in. Well, we know it's a gas guzzler and it has no washer fluid.
Exactly. It does have auto cooling, and I mentioned the seats are heated and cooled, and you can actually put the seats on auto as well too. So you don't have to adjust anything. They will make you whatever temperature you choose.
Does it have memory seats? Does it have wipers at work?
It does, and it actually has. It's so sophisticated on the rear wiper. Whenever you use the washer on the rear wiper, it also sends a stream of washer fluid to the rear camera to make sure it's clear, which is why there was no washer fluid in the car.
Because you were constantly cleaning the rear camera?
I was.
Oh. Why would you be constantly cleaning the rear camera in the summer?
Well, when I'm driving backwards down the interstate, I got to see where I'm going.
Rear view mirrors. We're going to get you some.
Yeah. Eric,
this is where it gets interesting.
Eric Pacelli and Tim Harris and I agree. Tim Warris, yeah. McMaster car, it should be. Based on Kevin's posting of the cover of the lengthy McMaster car catalog, I think it's fitting given his love of tools and accoutrements. Let's try that 5 times real fast.
A Schwabanon.
You mastered
that one.
Yeah. Do they have accoutrements in a Schwabanon? I went.
They're some of the concession stand.
Yeah.
But only for the 4th inning.
Yeah, they're on the appetizer menu.
I went a step further and thought it would be even funnier if it was a Honda Passport that was being purchased. I can just hear the podcast. I cannot imagine. Eric, I cannot imagine hard part driving a Honda Passport. I'm sorry,
but it's basically the same car, but it's badged differently.
Really? Oh no, not anymore. Not for the 2022 model.
No, you mean it didn't used to be? Now it is. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's a nice car, either one way or the other. But I could understand his thinking of it as a different kind of car.
So anyway, what did you think of McMaster car?
I kind of just like the name McMaster.
Oh,
yeah.
Because that's
you don't have to have the car because it's understood.
You don't have to have the car because it's a car and
it's McMaster.
And it's McMaster.
My daughter named her car Sean Carnery, which I thought was very cute. She just calls it Sean. She doesn't have to call it Carnery because after all, it's understood.
There you go. So McMaster is in the running too.
Right. Okay. And Peter Borchwich goes.
Go ahead.
He says, I don't think he'd want Tool on the plate because why would he want to let everybody know what he really is as he's driving around? Oh, no, that's not what it said. According to the Urban Dictionary, a tool is someone who lacks the mental capacity to know he or she is being used.
And that is not me.
If you say so. How would you know? How would you know if it's not you or not? That's the whole point.
I wasn't a philosophy major in college.
That's good because the philosophy store is not hiring.
Yeah, the little philosophy shop down on the corner in downtown, it shut up over COVID.
I have to be careful because my sister has a philosophy degree from Bryn Mawr,
and she never missed one of these podcasts.
Not at all.
So what does she actually do for a living?
She is a well-known freelance grant editor.
Philosopher.
Yes.
Grant editor? A grant editor?
Grant proposal editor. Oh. So if you want money, you need to send your grant proposal to her.
All right.
And she will polish it up and make it look good and get you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars.
And what's your sister's first name?
Lisa.
So your sister's name is Lisa Murawski?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not Lisa Marks.
Yeah,
Nope.
why isn't it Lisa
Oh,
Marks?
she didn't.
Well, obviously, she's married to him, Borowski, right?
Obviously, when her dad sent her out into the world, he didn't say, "Change your name and get the hell out of here."
Exactly. So nope.
I can just see it now as Kevin goes off as a young man into the world. He backs out of the driveway, and just as he's pulling away, his dad yells out, "And hey, change your last name too, will you?" Robert Frisellis. This is a pretty good one. It's a bit long, but it's a good one. Dukes. Duke is with an S at the end. This is a long story, so bear with me. Since LaFawnDuh is a female noun, presumably French, it stands to reason that the new thoroughbred in the stable would be male, so thus the male name. Now for the backstory with its origin in Wisconsin. When I started my first job as a young engineer, my first field trip was to Manitowoc. And lo and behold, when I got there, Spoon was my favorite. To work on the malt plant, so they could work on the malt plant that still exists there. In fact, our very own Mike, the Spoon Ostertag, switches the plant there just about every day. Anyway, I was there with my boss who had a penchant for strip joints. Well, that fits right in with Spoon. He knew about a strip bar near the Manitowoc in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. The bar was called the Fawn, and the sign on the door read, "It's if nudity offends you, do not enter." Obviously, my boss wasn't offended, so in French, the Fawn would be LaFawnDuh, and because it was in Two Rivers, in French it would be Deux Rivers, or Dukes for short. Wow.
That's quite the story.
It is.
Two Rivers is just is a town just north of Manitowoc on the lake.
And the locals call it Twivers.
Trivers.
Now, what's that bar like, Spoon?
Oh, I don't know.
Damn, I was so.
I don't even. You know what?
Almost got him.
I'll have to look that up and see if it's still even around.
Are you saying you've never been sober when you left, so you don't remember anything?
No, I've never been to one.
You've been to several, but never been to one.
Just one. Yeah.
Well, there's a picture of the new wheels. Wow, is that a Honda? No, that's the gas guzzler. It's
That's the gas guzzler. So we got to finish up with Robert. I appreciate the backstory, but Dukes just doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, really?
It doesn't do anything for me. It's a great story though, and he gets an A+ for creativity and tying everything together. But Dukes just doesn't do anything for me.
Bill Sampson says, just as you alluded to, a good backstory goes a long way. Duke certainly has a creative
provenance.
Provenance. Is there any accoutrements in the provenance of Ontario?
Could be, and I agree with William. That's a great backstory.
Great backstory. Could have a prize for great backstory. Let's see here. What's Chris Stilson, Lily. This story starts off like many of a lad in high school. One day, our young lad was taking one class in mandatory French that he had to take in high school. Luckily, at the time, he did not have to take metric, as Canada had not. I got a feeling this has got something to do with me. As Canada had not decided on that yet, during this particular class, the teacher was going through what the students' names were in French. But when they got to our protagonist, he didn't get a name that would be proud of. Instead, he got the name Lily. Well, actually, it was Lily Linnell, but which you can see now is a bunch of high schoolers would take this. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's kind of like a Boy Named Sue story. What'd you think of that one, Lily?
I just can't see the car named Lily.
Okay. You're tough.
I am. This is a very personal decision here, and I'm
come across anything. Wow.
I'm just not seeing Lily. Look at the car. It's got black wheels and black windows and a pretty aggressive stance, and Lily just doesn't go along with that.
No washer fluid.
No washer fluid.
Did you go back to the dealership and say you did not use a gallon of washer fluid in 4 days?
Yeah, every mile he washed the window.
He must have.
Has anybody ever described a Japanese SUV as having an aggressive stance?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who ever grew up around muscle cars? A 69 Chevelle has an aggressive stance.
Really.
Exactly.
This car has an aggressive stance. They widened it. It's kind of lowered in the front, and the grill is pretty big.
No. No. That's that doesn't. A pickup truck has it. Like Chris says, the '69 Chevelle has an aggressive stance. All today's cars have the metrosexual stance.
Nice. It looks like Chris has another entry here.
Another, if I can, Mick, named in the remembrance of a Spinal Tap drummer that exploded on stage. Well, that must have some chance. You love Spinal Tap.
I do. I love it so much that that LaFawnDuh's license plate says "One Louder."
Yeah.
Or a scene in the movie Spinal Tap, and that's a fantastic reference that has a personal connection to me.
Tom?
Lionel.
You're a man of. I look up to you as a man of higher intelligence, higher intellect.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody I would turn to, and what should I do here, Dad? You're like the dad figure of the AML Nation.
Oh my God, that is not a mantle that I want to assume.
Okay, well, for now.
But anyway, go ahead.
I sense that this before the night is over, there's going to be some unhappy. This is going the wrong way. Do you get that sense that we've chewed through a bunch of names, nothing that's even remotely come close? I just have this sense that before we get to the end, there's going to be some sort of typical.
I think he's already got his name picked out. I know what it is. I'm not going to say what it is, but.
And so long as it was entered before June the 30th, as the contest rules state, I sense that before the night is over, there's going to be some unhappiness, some ugliness before in the AML Nation. I'm just saying. Have I made you mad now, Tom?
Well, why would I be mad?
I don't know. That's going to stick. All right, let's keep going here. Matt Dawson says, Maddox. Maddox is an expansion of MDX and a reference to the character Bruce Maddox from Star Trek. A cyberneticist. A what?
That's actually a fairly clever name.
It is. What is a cyberneticist?
It's like a cyberneticist.
Oh.
It'd be like a scientist that works on cybernetics.
Okay. Who wanted to demand? Yeah.
Great.
$6 million.
Information.
Like a $6 million man.
Yep.
Okay.
Oscar Goldman?
Is that beside the philosophy store? Anyways, a cyberneticist who wanted to dismantle data so he could build more of them. What do you think of Maddox?
It's a great name, but I'm not a Star Trek person, so
I just like to play on MDX.
Yeah,
it is. MDX and you get Maddox, and actually Maddox is a cool name, even if you don't know anything about.
I wonder what
he was talking about.
I wonder what MDX stands for. Matt Dawson says Flashheart. Wow, I like that. After Rick Mayall's character in Black Adder.
Yep, that's a Blackadder is a comedy, English comedy with Rowan Atkinson.
Okay, very snowy and always trying to woo the showy. It was very showy, not snowy. Very showy and always trying to woo the ladies. That's the key there. Trying.
Yeah,
trying is the key word there.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Flashheart. I like that name. What about that name?
It's very interesting, but I think I might have seen one Blackadder episode in my life.
Okay.
I much preferred Rick Mayall's character in The Young Ones.
Oh, there you go. I love The Young Ones.
What is The Young Ones?
All the time.
Oh my God, that show is awesome.
Anybody?
It was a short-lived British comedy. I think in the mid to late '80s about some punk rockers.
It was fantastic.
Oh,
Nigel.
I don't know if it was fantastic because I was in my younger years and we were kind of drunk by the time we watched it late at night. That may have played a part in it, but I remember laughing an awful lot.
Okay, so we're getting down to the short strokes now. Here's one from Marcel Velour from 1 week ago. Well, so this would have been in the final week of the contest. And he says, "How about Peggy, or Peg for short? Al Bundy's wife from Married with Children. Kevin being the penultimate shoe salesman. It just seems fitting."
Except that penultimate means next to last.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think he's saying that Al Bundy is the ultimate shoe salesman.
Right.
Yeah. So I like that, Peggy.
No, as I've referenced in other shows on the podcast, any references to Al Bundy, I take great offense to. So,
he did score 4 touchdowns in
a single game. Yeah.
As much as I love Peg and that show and the actress, I do not think that'd make a good car name.
Yeah, he takes great offense to references to the show Al Bundy. And he's talking to a guy that's owned a driving school his entire life, and people are, "Hey, did I ever tell you? Yeah, I saw a guy changing lanes." Like, oh my God, buddy! If that is the thing you take great offense to, you've lived a dream life. A TV show, a popular TV show.
Oh, it was hilarious. I watched every episode, but I am the complete opposite of that. So we'll pass on that one.
And how do you know you're the complete opposite?
Because I'm a successful shoe salesman.
Jeff Schultz says daily, because it will be Kevin's daily driver in order to keep down the mileage on LaFawnDuh. What about
interesting backstory, which is true, but daily doesn't really mean anything.
Neil Erickson.
And I would spend way too much time explaining what it does mean.
Neil Erickson. He's taking another shot. I have another suggestion, Steve. So Lionel will never forget the name. May I call you Steve? Of course, a Monty Python fan may suggest Bruce, but we have enough Bruces.
Well, that's open to debate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Patrick says you can never have too many Bruces.
There you go.
Exactly.
Right.
So what do you think of Steve?
It's a fun name, but I kind of need something with a little more attitude. And Steve is like Gary and Lily. Just kind of there.
David Hyde, going with continuing with the Napoleon Dynamite names and say Kip, LaFawnDuh's love interest, or Uncle Rico. Throw that football over dem mountains.
Yeah, I was waiting for some Napoleon Dynamite references. Other than Chandrella, who did we have from the movie?
Yeah, Dynamite alone would be a good name.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Yeah. Jimmy,
Taco Night.
Yeah, Taco Night. Yeah, there you go. Jimmy, J.J. Walker.
If I ever get a Toyota Tacoma pickup, I'm going to name it Taco Night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Taco Night. I used to have a Toyota Tacoma pickup.
Philip Taylor says it's the gray ghost. One moment you see him, but the next minute he's gone and appears down the road elsewhere. There was a notorious rum runner during Prohibition.
My attention.
Yeah, during Prohibition, who operated in the Detroit area running Canadian products. Your love of adult beverages could make this a natural, since you have never been caught in Canada and may work. Is this a possible secret bootlegger thing or just a lack of passport? Also, this is much like the Civil War officer John Mosby, who would appear, then disappear, only to reappear further down the road. So the gray ghost.
Interesting.
But
it still needs a little pep, gray ghost.
Well, we're starting to run out of possibilities here.
Yeah, there's a short list.
What's on the short list so far?
Well, let's just keep going here. So there's Chandrella, there's Adam, there's McMaster, there's Mick.
Okay. Here's another pick. Oh, this is another pick from Kevin. Was supposed to pick it up today, but one of the windows need to be reinitialized.
Oh, no.
They found the bottom of the door full of washer fluid.
Oh, that's where it all went.
Oh, man.
Well, and they ended up replacing one of the window regulators.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. So rather than trying to fix it, they said when a new model year comes out, if something isn't working properly, the factory wants it back so they can see what the issue was to make sure that it isn't happening on anything else. So that delayed me getting the car a couple days, but I'd rather...
Wow. Lionel, are you paying any attention to this?
Yeah, I'm paying attention. Yeah. What is this? Run this one by me again. So it had there's something wrong with the window and the factory wants the car back?
No, not the car. just the part. So,
okay.
So they ordered a new window regulator, pulled one out, and put a new one in, and everything's working just fine now.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they
You
get
didn't have to sign a non-disclosure
non-disclosure agreements with Acura of America.
Yeah, when they tell you they got to take the transmission out, that's when you start getting snarly.
Yeah, exactly.
I like this one from Josh Bowman. Now this one kind of sings too. Seabiscuit Starting off out of the gate, much like the namesake racehorse, Seabiscuit is already expected to be taking a backseat to LaFawnDuh, but as the story progresses, Seabiscuit will be sure to take first place in the hearts and minds of all of its admirers. Now that's a good name. I like that one, Seabiscuit.
It's an excellent backstory.
Excellent backstory, excellent name. Plus, Josh goes on, plus how funny would it be to hear Hardpart saying under his breath, "Easy there, Seabiscuit," every time he has to stop. That one's a front runner. Come on. Seabiscuit is a front runner. I can see you mentioning Seabiscuit on the podcast.
I just
no.
When I walk out and look at my shiny new vehicle, Seabiscuit does not come to mind. But it was a great story, though. Kudos to Josh for coming up with that.
I might have to take.
I almost feel I have a maybe a suggestion here. Maybe the way this is going, Kevin's going to pick what Kevin's going to pick, right? Because it's his car. He's paying a ton of money for it. I get that. Maybe we want to shift the award consideration not so much to the name, but maybe to the best backstory.
Yeah, maybe we do.
Just a thought.
Yeah, there's nothing like changing the rules halfway through the contest. Oh, now I've made Tom mad. Oh.
Now you did.
Wow. You even commented it was a valiant effort. Oh, here's Neil Erickson. He's back in the game. A couple more shots. He says, Neil Erickson says, better than Hot Rod Charlie or Essential Quality.
I have no idea what Neil's talking about.
Don't worry about it. Neither does
I don't
Neil.
think Neil does either.
It must be a Hawaiian thing.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
It's not just me.
No,
I think Neil's been sniffing poi.
Yeah. We should just make a highlight reel of Neil Erickson comments. I'm guessing. I'm guessing, shot in the dark, that Hot Rod Charlie and Essential Quality are two racehorses. Probably sometime through the decades there were racehorses that were called that. That's my guess. That's where I'm trying to decipher the button-down mind of Neil C. Erickson. Let's see here. David Hyde. Oh, I also like Vader. Can't write long enough paragraph. Just think the front end looks like as badass as Darth Vader's helmet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually there's a license plate in town that says N-Vader.
Right.
Which I think is kind of cool, and it's on this, like, those, an all blacked out one of those new Camaros.
Oh yeah.
And I think on that car it actually works pretty well.
What is the N for?
You couldn't get Vader, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't checked to see if Vader's available.
Vader 1 or Vader 2.
Yeah.
But Invader kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and
I was sitting there I was putting it together, something about the car's color or something, but yeah, Invader, got it.
Yeah, and I think on that car it works pretty well. And
how many more are there?
Wow,
we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. And I like Star Wars, but I just don't want my car referencing Star Wars.
You do realize I'm going to hold you to what you said originally. There's going to be ugliness here very shortly. Get ready, Tom.
Yeah, there's going to be ugliness.
All right, Chris Stilson says, I like this name too. I've had 3 or 4 favorites. I like this name, Nigel. This actually fits you. LaFawnDuh and Nigel. I like this. Nigel. Another call out to the movie. This is Spinal Tap. Great references here. This is what it's all about. Named after the character Nigel Tufnell.
Nigel Tufnell. That's right.
That spoke the famous line, "One louder." LaFawnDuh's plate.
Uh-huh.
Also
That's
has
a good reference, actually.
It is a great one.
Yeah.
Also has the amp that goes up to 11, which a take on the line will be the plate after. After seeing the pictures, this is definitely one more, and takes it up to 11. Awesome car, hard part. 11 out of 10 on this one.
That's that's my front runner.
Yeah, I like that one. Nice.
Yeah, I like that one too.
This is the last one.
It's also Christopher Guest, which of course is the creator of all those movies, including Spinal Tap.
Yep, And a mighty, what was it? Mighty Wind, Best in Show. I think there was one other mockumentary that they did as well too.
Okay, here's the very last one. Erica Pacelli. I'm thinking
you guys
Pacelli.
You guys know who produced? This is just a little trivia while we're talking about it. You know who the producer of Spinal Tap was?
Bob Hope.
No.
Rob Reiner.
Meathead, yeah.
Rob Reiner, yeah.
Early in his career.
Yeah, and Rob Reiner was in the famous scene where Nigel Tufnell was talking about an amp that this one goes to 11. It's one louder.
Wasn't that Rob Reiner's first foray into?
Yeah,
that was his
absolutely
directorial debut. He played famed director Marty DeBurgi.
Yeah, exactly. Rob Reiner is a very talented guy. I keep watching lately. I've been seeing clips of him in the movie with. Never mind. The guy that was on Titanic. What was the actor on Titanic?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, and then he was doing Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he plays that character's father, and I keep seeing that scene where he comes into the office. You spent $26,000 on appetizers?
That was a great scene.
It was a great scene. He was a great actor.
There were several great scenes in that movie.
And his father was an incredibly talented guy.
Carl Reiner.
Yeah. Carl. Oh,
he was awesome. Even through his later years, he was him and he and Mel Brooks collaborated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
They were like best friends up until the day Rob Reiner died.
That's right.
Carl Reiner died.
They had dinner together every night. And my favorite thing about Carl Reiner is I'm a fan of the Dick Van Dyke Show from the 60s. I'm sorry, Tom.
Hey, I love Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
But did you know that Mary Tyler Moore had it negotiated into her contract that she could wear capri pants for at least one scene in every episode?
Oh, yeah, I think I read that somewhere. Yep. No, I didn't know that, but now I do. I think I did read that somewhere. Why would I know that? I'm just going to go with Tom, whatever Tom says. My favorite thing about Carl Reiner and the Dick Van Dyke Show was that he decided in the 60s, when he first started to make that show in the very, very late 50s and early 1960s, that he would never talk about the date, like what time period it was. He would never mention any specific dates, so that the show would be timeless. So that 40 years later, there would never be a reference to 1962 or which I thought was incredibly intelligent for a guy making a entertainment show. Apparently I was the only one, but...
No, I agree, and the jokes are still funny today.
Yeah, they are. Okay, here it is. The last one. Eric Pacelli. Depending on which country you are from, Canadians will pronounce it different than Americans, and Australians will be something different as well. And it can be spelled multiple ways, too. It pays homage to hard part skills in the workshop and the AML Nation's determination to get him his passport. Finally, there is also the in the front of Mike the Spoon. It's it's more like teaspoon. It's simple. It's simply motivator, or motivator. Geez, I thought with that great lead up, I thought it was going to be something else.
Uncle Owen, this R2 unit has a bad motivator.
The first is because Kevin is a guy who motivates us to get our hands dirty. Wow, this is a good backstory, Kevin. Mm-hmm. If you just blow this one off, you should be ashamed of yourself. The first is because Kevin is a guy who motivates us to get our hands dirty and get to work on those long procrastinating issues, much like his passport. The second and likely Canadian way of saying it is because of Kevin's interest in trolleys. He would be the motorman of his vehicle, right? Right. Mm-hmm. And the third pronunciation is because Vader is synonymous with the evil overlord himself, the one and only Lionel. So the root cause of all this stuff. The root cause of all this stuff. Wow, that's a great backstory.
It is a great backstory.
Does any of that mean anything to you?
Well, I think that would make a better license plate than the name of a car.
That's true.
And I actually looked into it of getting like MOTOV, the number 8, and then R, but it was already taken.
I can't stand license plates like that where they spell it all out with words and letters. It's like then you can't get it on the plate.
What are they supposed to spell it out with, Lionel? Like,
well, then you
hieroglyphics?
then you got to come up with something like one louder. You put your brain in gear and come up with a better plate name.
Don't they use words and letters to do that?
Ooh, good point.
One louder.
Don't they use words and letters? Isn't that how you do license plates?
You seem a little testy.
Well, you just said.
Well,
Bruce,
I particularly don't enjoy plates where I got to sit behind the car and go, "What is this guy trying to say?" I'm a great motive 8 or, it's like no.
See, that's where I always thought for personalized license plates, I just get a random generator that spits out letters and numbers and just throw it on the plate. It would drive people nuts. They would have no idea what the hell it meant, and it doesn't mean anything.
Years ago, I used to have a personalized plate. Little tip for you: if you ever own a driving school, a successful medium-sized driving school, don't have a personalized plate, because then at least once a week somebody will be going, I saw you on Bayview Avenue and you didn't signal when you made a lane change. Yes, yes, Art.
No.
Yes, Art. Thanks for noticing.
So what was your plate number? Was it Crash?
That was mean. Jeez.
Crash is a great plate.
The irony is fantastic.
Anyways, so that's it. Those are all the names.
All right, I'm going to throw I have 2 of them. I have 2 very quick. Even though I can't win, I have 2 of them. Whatever. All right, number one is.
Well, would you like to give us your opinion?
Yeah.
No, these are names. These are names that I'm coming up with for your car.
Oh, okay.
They're not the people that's not anything. Number 1 is Patsy, because that was King Arthur's horse in Monty Python.
Wasn't his horse? It was his manservant.
Manservant.
It was a horse.
With a coconut.
With the
It was a
coconut.
horse.
It was not his horse. It was his servant.
It was his horse.
No,
Got a stick horse.
Oh,
I
here
can
we go
show you.
again.
I can show you this scene where he says, "This is my
Kramer
noble
all
servant
over
Patsy."
again.
I know who it is. I've watched the movie 1,000 times. I
Not
get
his-
it. It's his quote-unquote horse with the coconuts and or whatever it is.
Not his horse.
But there's one that's been highly overlooked. I think it simply needs to be called Walrus.
So you want it to be named after a tiny lumber baron?
I think that, number 1, it fits your personality. It fits your hobby. It speaks to who you are. Everything. Period, point blank. Simply Walrus. Mic drop right there.
It almost sounds like a character at Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I know.
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
It speaks to who you are.
Well, yeah, because he's constantly walking his house once.
Well, then call him Festool.
Hey, get your Festool out of here.
Well, aren't you always buying something from Festool or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, not recently though.
And then there's the other company, Woody Woodpecker or something.
Woodpeckers.
Yeah,
Yes.
why don't call him Woodpecker? That speaks to who he is.
I'm just saying.
You could just shorten that.
Yeah,
Just wood. Just put wood on the license plate.
Might not get the right plate though, but
I'm just saying.
Walrus. What the hell?
It sounds like a character in a novel.
Yeah, it does.
The
Speaking
novel of life.
Speaking of
Morris
Tim
was
Morris,
crossing the moor one night when he was attacked by the savage.
speaking of Tim Morris, you guys can help me with a little job I've yet to do, and it is July the 12th, so I mean it's not too late. I have yet to talk to Tim about whether or not he's going to help me sponsor my One More Year fund again this year, like he has every year for the past 5. So would any one of you guys like to hear right now? Just say, hey, Tim, we really appreciate everything you've done for the One More Year fund every year. You've been a huge. He's the guy that really got the ball rolling. And
want me to message him right now?
Yeah, message him right now while we're doing.
Dial him up on the phone right now. Give him the speaker.
He sent me. He said no. He won't go live on the podcast.
No.
But he
Yeah,
sent me a note.
tell him
He
we're
doesn't have to know he's on the podcast.
Tell him we're doing a pod. Yeah, that's true. Good one,
Yeah.
Bruce. And that's why you are the.
Tell him if he
mailboy.
steps up to the plate, you'll name your car after him.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
Wow.
Hey, how many little Lionels have you bought so far? Do you know
I bought 2.
he sold like 100 of those. 100. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Hard part while you're messaging Mr. Warris there, and tell him we're doing a podcast. So tell him we're having fun. Like, I'm not being a smart ass. Like, it's not that I don't, like, write a nice message. Don't write.
I did. I just sent it. He sent me a note today saying he's ready to release the next batch of crossings very soon.
Yeah, like, don't send him a note like Lionel can't be bothered asking you, so I am or something. That would be.
I just sent him a note, and he's normally pretty good about checking his phone. So
what does the note say?
It says, on a podcast now, and Lionel would like to know if you would like to sponsor his walk again this year.
So here's something else, Kevin, because we're going to so much work and you're being such a good sport
Stop
about this. Okay, I will stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry.
No.
We'll be done
The
in
podcast is over.
I've had
Nobody's
enough
going to know the
now.
name.
We'll be
Yeah,
done.
really.
We'll be done
Apparently-
soon
Tell them, give
enough.
it our email address.
Apparently-
It's all over.
That's right.
Apparently
Show's over,
I'm-
folks.
Didn't know they'll ever know who won.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
picked either.
Yeah,
Stop
he's
it
in-
right now. No.
He's in Two Rivers. He's in Two Rivers.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I'm on Chris.
we refer to that as the reverse Bruce right there.
Okay.
Instead of being on mute, I was off mute.
Yeah. So, anyways, the hard part. At my own expense, only because you're being such a good sport and you're so much fun to have on the podcast, I am going to buy you
A new car.
2 O-scale Lionels that you can put on the dash of each one of your cars.
Is there a bobblehead version?
I know there's no bobblehead, but you'll be able
That
to
would be
with a
pretty
little
cool.
bit of.
That's what Joe D'Amato wants is
Yeah.
the bobblehead.
They're
He's got
O-scale.
the
They're
bobble.
O-scale. Yeah, he's been talking about that for years. They're
Well, he's got the-
O-scale. He's not done anything.
He's got the Pez one.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but he's got all
there
the
you go.
parts.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen the head.
Yeah.
I've seen the head.
So,
Okay.
anyways, I think the O-scale one stands about 3 inches tall.
Yep.
And
That's a pretty tall.
okay, 2 inches.
character for
How big would an O-scale Lionel be then?
Maybe an inch at
Inch and a half, maybe.
Inch and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's an inch and a half. It's well detailed, and I'm wearing swim goggles, by the way. I just noticed that today. If you look at it, I got one of these giant sunglasses. It was actually Barb said, "Why are you wearing swim goggles?" It wasn't Barb. Who said swim goggles? Oh, David Stark called them swim goggles. And I looked at it and went, yeah. And then I was telling Barb that, and she said, yeah, it does look like swim goggles. So anyways, it's a little Lionel with swim goggles. It's about 1.5 inches high in O-scale. I could get G-scale, though. I could get like a 3-inch high one if you wanted.
Oh, that'd be too expensive.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get you the 2
Just-
O-scale. And with a little bit of AC glue there, ACC,
Yeah, I'll ACC that to my leather dashboard.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
you just need a little drop on each foot, and it should
That'll
stay.
really help the resale value.
Yeah,
Kevin.
really.
I think so, yeah.
It will.
Wouldn't it?
I can't get it off. I don't know what that is.
All right,
So,
so
much armor all on that thing and be like Teflon, though. wouldn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming to the moment of truth, Kevin. This has been another great podcast. Do you have a winner, or do you have some? Would you like to discuss it? Would you like some help to kick it around?
I do have a winner.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
From our selection here.
Well, excellent.
Wow.
Now we're
Ooh,
getting some.
bonus.
Do you want,
Bonus that the winner's actually from the contest.
Wow.
It is.
or maybe you know what we
Hey.
should. Before we do that, though, shouldn't we each person tell who their runner up is? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. That way
Yeah,
we'll know
let's-
whether we have the same pick as.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do the runners up
I know,
first.
my
Yeah.
pick won't be it.
Well, what's
Yeah.
your pick, Bruce?
I like Dave.
Dave.
Dave is a
Yeah,
great
Dave.
name for a
Who
character.
who picked who said Dave?
Borchards.
Was it Peter Borchitz?
Yeah.
Let me get a piece of paper here
Yeah, we got to
because I know none of you guys will help by doing that.
I'm helping.
Peter Borchitz wins with Dave. He's a runner-up with Dave. Okay.
Oh, he may be the winner. We don't know yet.
Yeah, but he's definitely a runner-up.
Well, yeah.
He gets a photo.
He gets a photo. He's going to get an
Sweet.
autographed photo from Hard Part
Uh-huh.
in front of the MDX.
Yeah, so we're actually going to have both vehicles in the photo, and we're going to take it at dusk by the river, and my friend who photographs Learjets is going to take the photo, so it will be spectacular.
That would have been cool to do it in front of a Learjet.
Mm.
But by the river will also be beautiful. It'll be a great photo, regardless. Okay, Chris, what's your runner-up?
So I think, I have a few that I really like. I thought were pretty good. But I think one of my no is what Kevin's picking. But I'm going to go with another one just so that another person can get a photo. I like Maddox. I thought that was very clever. Just because it took the MDX and made a kind of a cool name, actually.
And who was that? Who did Maddox?
Was that one of the Velour entries?
I know. There's Duke.
I bet you. I wonder if you did Command F and search for Maddox or MDX if you would find it quickly.
Command F.
Yeah, find
Matt Dawson.
Oh, that was Matt Dawson. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's right. Yeah.
One of the other guys I liked his entry. That was the Velour. I can't think of his first name. Something else French. Marcel Velour. Yeah.
So it was Matt Dawson that had Maddox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
All right.
It was Matt Dawson.
Hey, Hard Part. What was your favorite?
We'll get to that last.
I mean, Spoon. Spoon. What was your favorite?
He just makes up his own names.
Yeah. Okay, I get the two of you. Everybody from Wisconsin looks the same.
Yeah.
I do not look like Spoon.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You couldn't be that lucky.
My hat keeps hitting the microphone. Why does it do that? All right, Spoon, what was your favorite?
I actually like Barbecue Steve.
It is a funny name.
That's just the only reason is because we always, Lionel's always referencing Steve, and and I'm like, well, I like barbecue, so why not?
I was going to choose Swishy Burgers, but that didn't.
Squishy burgers.
Swishy Burgers.
Oh, Swishy burgers.
Okay, Tom.
I like Nigel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nigel was good.
So Craig Drunko did Barbecue Steve.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
did. And then what was the other one that Chris Stilson did? Oh, that was Nigel. Yeah, Chris.
Nigel. Yeah.
I liked Nigel, but I kind of went with this whoever that was, so somebody could get something different because I have a feeling I know who the winner is going to be. So
Okay, well, before we're done, then we'll all get to choose just for fun. All right, so Chris Stilson, Nigel, and then I guess I'm the only other one that gets to pick, and I want the one because early on there were in the flip flops and everything. That just I can see Kevin in a Hawaiian shirt. Where was that one? That was like my.
I've never worn a Hawaiian shirt in my life.
Oh, man.
You can always start.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Obviously, it was a good time.
Where is it?
No time like the present.
Where?
You just
I bet I would search for Hawaiian.
How do you? If I search, I'm going to screw this all up.
No, it's a piece of cake.
Oh, I'm looking right now.
As long as you don't hit like one of the command combinations, like close the window, just Command W.
Well,
As long as you stay away from like Command W.
Isn't that the kind of the whole point? Isn't that what I would do?
No, Command F. That's your best friend when it comes to a web browser.
All right, I'm going to hit Command. I don't have an F on my keyboard.
It's between the D and the G key.
Command F, like the letter.
Like
F?
as in find, yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's the yep. Now
And
type in Hawaiian or
Flip flop.
All right, I'll type
HAW.
I'll type in flip flop.
There it is.
Right
Keen
there.
Kona Flip 2.
Yep, Marcel Verlour.
Oh, rhymes.
Yeah, that's right, Marcel Velour.
Rhonda rhymes with LaFawnDuh. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the one. Yeah.
Keen Kona flip flop, retro sandals, and a Hawaiian shirt, jean shorts, listening to the Beach Boys on his way to Dairy Queen, singing "Help, Help Me, Rhonda." Duh. That is like for sure. That's the one he's picking.
Yeah.
I absolutely am convinced he's picking that one. But that's my favorite for now. Rhonda.
Rhonda.
All right, guys. What do we think? What do you think?
What
Bruce?
about Tom and
Yeah.
Herb
Yeah.
and Kelly?
Yeah.
we still got a couple
man.
more
Kelly
to
did
go.
one. Tom did one, right?
Yeah, Tom did one.
Hard part. I mean, Kelly hasn't picked.
All right.
Two Bruces, no waiting.
What's your point about Kelly not picking? All right, Kelly. What's your favorite?
I was going to pick Rhonda too. I like that.
Oh.
No, we already got somebody already picked that one.
Picked it. Gary.
Gary.
Gary, yeah, Gary.
Who said Gary? I was down there a little ways.
That's
Sure.
as far as the SpongeBob
Sure, that was
references.
worse.
Yeah.
We've always called our GPS in our car Karen. Karen, because it's your computer wife from SpongeBob.
Oh, look at that! You type in Command F,
Jason
and
Smith.
Gary, and then it comes up highlighted like that.
Yeah, Chris Atkins, guys,
Well,
I know.
genius.
Well, so this is not only have we picked a winner for the new car. I've also learned something about
Yeah.
computers.
We taught an old dog a new trick.
Yeah.
Now if we could just.
Give him a treat.
My
Give him a
problem is
treat.
whenever I learn something new, I can't remember it the next day, so I'm back to the way I used to do it.
Wow, this is cool. All right, so now Peter Borchert, Matt Dawson, Craig Grenko, Chris Stilson, Marcel Velour, and Jason Smith. You have to make sure that we have your address in order to get your autographed photo, personally autographed photo of Hard Part and his new car. So make sure you email that in. I'm pretty sure I have Peter's and Matt's and Craig's. I'm not sure I have yours, Chris. Marcel's, I know I don't have yours. And Jason, I'm pretty sure I don't have yours.
You don't have Chris Stilson's? Oh, I thought you had his.
I might, but I don't have it at my fingertips.
Oh yeah, no, I understand exactly.
Okay. All right. Do we need so what do you think? I'm sticking with he's going with Rhonda. I just have that. I'm just hoping in my head.
We should ask Hard Part, was it any of the ones we chose?
Yeah, was it any of the ones we chose?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Yay, Dave.
Or was it a ringer? Or was it a ringer?
I actually thought from the Tony voice you were going to go with McMaster, but anyway, I'm curious now to find out what it is.
Are you curious?
I am. I might even stick around to the end of this podcast.
You're not going to pull her up diary and check out?
Bang
Yeah.
your head against the wall.
I'm sorry. We're all out of time.
I'll have to wait for episode 2.
This is a big deal. Somebody's going to win a $100 gift certificate from Midwest Model Railroad, a couple of T-shirts, and very nice hardware.
Is that anything like MWMRR?
I don't know what that means.
Midwest Model Railroad. Remember somebody put it in there as an acronym, and
it's mid.
It took some hit.
It's MM. It's MM. He puts MMWR.
Midway, right? It is it.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right. This is it. Drum roll.
Drum roll. So, the name of the new MDX.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
So, the name of the new MDX will be Nigel.
Oh,
All right, Nigel.
wow.
What does Tom win?
That was like
What do I win?
yeah.
You win an everlasting thanks for playing at home.
You and a bag of licorice, 2 headsets, and 2 cans of WD-40.
And a chance to host all of us next year.
Yeah, and a chance to host all of us next year.
And an MDX performance chip upgrade.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go. That would be nice.
And a free window reinitialization.
So that was
gallon of window washer.
And a case of Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, now we have to. It says that was sent in a week ago, so that works. So who picked Nigel for their runner-up?
Chris Stilson.
Oh, okay. So Chris now, yeah, but I mean, somebody here.
That was Tom. Tom, that's what I was asking. What did
Tom,
Tom
you got to
win?
pick what was your second favorite?
Oh God. I guess Maddox.
Oh, I've already picked that one.
Yeah.
I think what he's trying to do is get somebody else a picture.
You want me to scroll? You want me to scroll through it carefully? You know what? We need whatever. Did Neil Erickson send in an entry?
He did. He sent several really bad ones. He won. Wait, he actually won one. Oh, didn't?
No.
Bruce, did you pick Steve? No.
No,
I
picked Dave.
I picked Dave.
Dave, Steve.
Yeah. So, Tom, I'm not telling you what to do, but pick Neil Erickson's entry, Steve.
Steve is good.
All right, Neil Erickson.
Hey, we have another runner-up. It's Neil Erickson.
That's good.
The only problem is this is going to encourage him to comment more.
Well, maybe we could consider Neil's the booby prize, maybe.
Oh, there we go. So I like Chris's entries so much so that I already sent in my license plate application this week.
Nice.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and the license plate application will say go to 11.
Go to 11.
Nice.
I love that. Okay, because that's what it says, or should it say up to 11?
Yeah.
No. it says
LaFawnDuh has
go-
up to. What does
LaFawnDuh's
LaFawnDuh
one
say?
louder.
No, if you watch
Oh,
if you
one
watch,
louder. Yeah, that's
if
right.
you watch the clip,
Okay.
Nigel
Yeah.
says these all go to 11.
Yeah. Now, see, I always think of the clip as being up to 11, and yeah, and it is one louder also. But I forgot that's what
why
you
do
had
they
on your
go to
plate.
11? Because it's one louder.
Yeah.
Everybody seems testy tonight. Tom and Spoon, Queso and Spoon got into an argument about the horse and Monty Python.
No, there was no argument there. It was just we both were trying to say the same thing, and he's right, and I was saying it one way.
He was right, and you're righter.
Well, no, he says that, but then there's the aesthetics of the actual what he's doing, and he's mimicking the horse stuff, and so it's all we were both right. He's more right, but we were both right.
What does custom plates
Tom was
cost in
right.
Wisconsin?
A whopping $15.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
Wow,
Holy
that's
cow.
awesome.
No,
It used
they
to-
don't cost
yes,
$15.
I sent the check in for $15.
Wow.
I have been
they-
very close
look-
to getting AML 10 license plates several times. But you know what it costs to get plates here in Texas? $500.
Mm,
Holy cow!
That's
Yeah.
that's for
I don't feel
3
bad
years. At the end of 3 years, you got to pay another $500.
$500.
Is that
Everything's bigger in
$15?
Texas.
Is that $15 on top of the regular licensing fee?
Yes, that is
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
So it's
But that-
$135 to get.
Oh, right. But I meant exactly what he said. The premium to get the plates
Yeah.
$15.
Only
I can't imagine everybody in Wisconsin wouldn't have them. You're
Yeah.
going to see a lot of them then.
Yeah, and you can choose
Oh, yeah, we got all
from
sorts.
you can choose whatever sports team you want.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
bunch of different organizations that you can have. You can have Harley Davidson
I'm-
plates if you want.
I got.
What did you
Brewer
put it
plates.
on? What kind of plate?
Just a regular plate, because if you
Oh.
put it on one of those other types of plates that's related to some organization,
Yeah.
you get one less letter to choose from, or one
Oh,
less
yeah.
space. So I was able to space out G's or GO space and then TO. Was it TO?
If
TO,
it's
and then
space,
space 11.
I was going to say if it's up and then
Oh,
the
okay.
number 2 and then 11, I'd slap you.
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah, in Texas, there's the same thing. You know, some you can get more, but there are different patterns. You know, they got besides the sponsorship ones. There's just all sorts of different ones. Well, there's one that's like half black and half white and has a little Texas logo in the middle. So it fit pretty nicely. But AML on one side and the number on the other side.
Hopefully, Kevin. Hopefully, your plates don't come from that one place. That
What place?
the one manufacturer, or whatever it is, that wherever they're getting them from, where
The prison?
they're peeling. No, it's not. It's not. I don't think they're coming from a prison, because they're coming from a. There's a bunch of plates that have peeled.
I've seen those. Yeah.
We already,
Yeah, they've peeled all off.
We already did that in Ontario years ago. We're way ahead of you.
Is that common everywhere to have the plates made at the prison?
I don't know.
I don't know if they do that here either, but
don't know.
just a lot of states I've lived in. That was one of the jobs you could do. That if you were an inmate, would make license plates.
Yeah, there you go. In Wisconsin, it used to be $75. Like 25 years ago, I had a personalized plate, and I think after 2 years of paying $75 plus the registration fee, I realized that over a 10-year period, I could go on a nice trip for that money, and it wasn't worth it. But for $15,
You mean like kind of having a second car payment?
I don't have a second car payment.
Well, a car payment then.
Yeah, a car payment.
Like if
how
I did
about-
have 2 cars, then I could go on a nice trip.
How about this? How about this, Atkins? Two sets of insurance. What does the insurance on these puppies cost you?
Oh,
You know, I just got the new bill the other day.
Okay.
Let's take a.
yeah, he doesn't.
It's
He doesn't have a 16-year-old kid or 15-year-old kid on his insurance
It's
either.
ridiculous having 2 cars. It's like having 2
Oh.
Harley. It's not like having 2 Harley Davidsons. Now that
Well,
makes sense.
So. You mean like having a Harley in one country and another Harley in another
Yeah,
country?
now that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're
I
having
wanna
them
say
both in the
the-
same place.
I want to say the MDX was an extra $135 a month.
A month?
A month.
That sounds about
Holy
right.
cow.
Well, Lionel, if he sells you LaFawnDuh, that'll be in Canada.
Wait,
No,
Oh, an
no,
extra.
that'd be in the States.
Oh, it would
it's
be in the
actually
States?
not. That's not bad, really.
I didn't think it was that
$135 a
bad.
month.
No, I didn't think.
No,
it was
that's
that bad.
about right.
And when you turn 25, Mark, or a hard part, you'll get a nice discount.
Well, I got a discount because I have 2 vehicles now versus 1.
Oh yeah,
so
there you go.
So they give you a little break.
Do you bundle your home and auto for even bigger savings?
I do.
Do you have any insurance tips?
Everything's bundled together, and I have a $1 million umbrella policy, and I just upped my rider on my train collection as well too.
Well, now that you know all of Spoon's personal information, you can put him as your beneficiary.
No, actually, you want to know when you know his information. Really, what you want to do is you want to take out the policy as with Spoon as the insured, and Kevin as the
there you go.
beneficiary.
There you go. Yeah, that won't look at all awkward.
So you're paying like what, $1,600 a year for car insurance? Somebody's been pulled over a few times.
No, I've never.
1,600 seems pretty good to me.
That's not bad.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad if you keep getting pulled over.
No,
I don't get pulled over.
for that car and the fact that it's new, that's not bad.
That's probably a lot less than you're paying on your BMW, though. I bet.
It is less than the BMW.
So how long have you had this? How long have you had Nigel? Nigel's a good name. Nice job, Chris.
Yeah,
nice job.
Absolutely. I've had Nigel. This is day number 5.
And okay, so and already you've chewed through a gallon of window
washer fluid.
You've had
and on top of that, it's been raining constantly there, and he's still window washing fluid. I don't understand that at all.
It's crazy, and it also has 450 miles on it.
And it's going through guzzling gas like it's going out of style. Has no power. Other than that, how's it going?
Is it all-wheel drive?
It's all-wheel drive, yes.
Oh, nice. That's
there's.
I looked at an MDX, and if they'd had the all-wheel drive one, I would have bought it.
Yeah,
all-wheel drive.
We have snow up here, so there's more all-wheel drive cars.
All-wheel drive doesn't make the gas mileage that bad, Bruce.
No.
No, Bruce was saying it. When I said it, all-wheel.
It's only like 1 or 2 miles a gallon.
I just spent a fortune on new tires, and I asked him about, what about rotating them? And he says, you don't rotate these because it's all-wheel drive. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, you do, but you can only rotate if you have tires that are specific to the left and right side. You can only rotate them front and back.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still front to back is rotating, right? I don't mean literally like they're bias ply tires. I mean front to back, back to front. But yeah, they said the Audi dealer said you don't rotate it. We don't rotate the tires because it's all-wheel drive and they should wear evenly.
Isn't that kind of the purpose of a tire is to rotate?
Yeah.
Are they tires strictly in the academic sense in that they're round and they were once made of rubber?
Yeah. The ones that I took off after driving 5,300 miles, those were definitely academic tires because there was not much left of those tires.
After 5,300 miles?
I made a big long car trip with worn out tires they were fine when we left, and when I got home they were I didn't even quite make it all the way home, and we had bands showing, so we got new tires in Denver.
You know what? If you drove 5,300 miles and they were fine when you left, but they had bands showing when you got home, I'm talking. I can feel my lips moving.
Okay.
If you started out when you got home, they had bands showing, and they weren't great when you started out.
So how long do you think these tires last on this car?
I don't know. What car are we talking about? You got so many.
It's the Audi.
Did you buy this car new?
No, it's not. I didn't buy it new.
Oh.
But anyway, the tires are good. They will last like 25,000 miles, and so that's like a fifth of the wear. So there was at least a fifth of the tire tread when we left.
How's your layout coming? I think we should talk about model railroading at least once tonight.
I was going like gangbusters before I left to go up to Oregon and see. Once I saw Bruce Kelly and Jim Miles layout.
We haven't talked about that.
I saw their club layout, and I just have had no motivation to work on my own layout because obviously I will never have a layout as nice as that. And I can't believe how nice that layout is. And Bruce never posts photos of it that you can really get a feel for how beautiful it is.
Oh, you can't.
It is outstanding. The modeling on it. and it's great.
Well, Bruce can't take a photo to save his life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, he should hire a professional.
I know. They
Oh yeah. If you want to look at what's a Trackside magazine, they got the
why
whole,
don't you have any more photos on your website? Like, I don't
on
understand.
my website. You mean the club website?
Yeah, the Rogue Valley Model Railroad Club.
Because I have no control over that one.
Weren't you the president?
Yeah, but I still didn't have control.
We need to get.
Why were you the president if you had no Rogue Valley HO scale? Why, if you're the president, why did you not have control over it?
Because I'm not the one that posts things on it.
Well, aren't you the president? Can you have brought it up at a meeting and say, I think we need more photos on our website because I check out our website regularly. I'm the president. I check out every facet of the club. Like, why aren't there like there's some photos on there?
Yeah, there's
these are a good feel for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bruce, what
Atkins,
would be great?
Atkins. When I'm in the middle of yelling at Bruce, don't cut me off and tell me.
No, Kelly. It's Kelly. It's Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So you know what we got to do is
go.
get a RMC photographer to come visit you guys,
Well,
and then you could write up an article. He could do the photos, and you guys could put it on the cover of RMC.
We've already been in Model Railroader Great Layouts.
Right.
Yeah.
And Joe Fugate's supposed to come down at some point, and we have another person that's possibly coming, which I cannot mention.
I'm not hearing the word Otto Vondrak here,
why can't you got another person coming that you can't mention?
Yes, I can't.
Oh yeah, they got all kinds of secret people.
Why can't you mention a person that's coming?
Because it's not in concrete yet. You'll be amazed when you do hear about it.
So I'll be amazed.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they bringing Malcolm Furlow back out of the dead or something, or what?
I think Malcolm.
I mean, we pretty much know almost everybody in the industry for the most part. How
That's
amazing
true.
is it going to happen?
It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing.
It's Rod
Are you going
Stewart.
to be like the great Gambini going to come popping out of it or something? I mean,
That's good.
Thank you, Spoon. That's what I was thinking.
That's
how
good.
amazing is it going to be? Is it like is it like James Belmont or something?
You'll see.
All right, we got to stop this. We've been to next Tuesday we're going to record fans number I think 39. So Chris, and are you going to be able to come to that one?
Yeah, next Tuesday I should be around. Yep.
Yeah. So then you and Kelly, we can talk about your trip to. We can find out the true poop about, and maybe by then we can be amazed.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Will we be able to be amazed by next Tuesday?
Not with me because I have a meeting that night.
What about Monday?
What about,
Monday's not a problem.
yeah, but will we be amazed by Monday?
Yeah, will we be amazed by Monday?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Nice.
Will this be breaking news on Monday?
Literally no sense. Like, who could it be that's going to be
exactly.
amazing?
Yeah,
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Is it something that'll be public knowledge before Monday, or will you break the news on?
Oh no, it's in the works. That's all I know.
you're talking like Donald Trump.
Wow.
That's who it is, Mike.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be
You're going to
huge.
love it. I tell you
You're gonna
what.
love it.
You're just never going to believe it's going to be fantastic.
I love model trains.
It's going to be love it. I love model trains. I love trained people. I love trains. I love everything.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
loves me right back.
I can't believe we've gone this far without this happening, and all of a sudden it's all coming out.
I
at once.
know, yeah. It's like let's ream off some names here that would amaze us. Who would amaze us?
Well, Rod Stewart was the one I thought
Yeah,
of.
that's true. If they got Rod Stewart to show up, that would be pretty impressive.
But that would piss you off so bad it wouldn't even be funny.
Why would it piss
Because
you
you've been trying for a long time to get Rod Stewart.
yeah.
I have. You know what? I'm going to tell you something that I told Tom once. I think it was on a podcast. I have never tried to get Rod Stewart on this podcast ever. I haven't even gone down that road because I said to Tom one day when he said that would be cool. I said, "Yeah, but every model railroader is cool to have on the podcast." So it'd be like saying, I don't think it'd be any cooler than having Spoon on the podcast because he's a locomotive engineer. I mean,
Well, it would be way cooler than having me on the podcast, but okay, I'm telling you right now. I appreciate what you just said, but I'll tell you something right now, Rod Stewart, flipping
Maybe-
awesome.
Maybe instead of like a model
See,
railroad celebrity, it's something like 60 Minutes is going to come and do an expose or something.
I don't agree with that because it's a model railroad podcast, so it's like he shouldn't be treated any differently than like it's like he's not easy to get a hold of, so I haven't even bothered trying. It's
But
just
there's got to be a short bucket list of guys that you are familiar with that you would really like to interview. And
really.
Rod Stewart would have to be on that list, I would think. I'm just saying. I might be wrong, but I'm just saying. I think that we all have a bucket list of stuff like that. I mean, it's.
Well, in my particular case, I've already met him, so I mean, I have the number to call. But I mean,
like for me, I would like to sit down and talk with Mike Confalone.
Well,
We've
sure.
tried.
We tried. I'd be more interested in talking to him for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of guys like, lately I've been talking to Tom Klomoski, and we're going to get Lance Mindheim on here. I've been working on.
Oh, Lance Mindheim, that'd be a great one to have.
Yeah, but he's been on before, and we're going to have him on with Tom Klomoski. So I look at it more like there's so many guys now to talk to, and people that you didn't know before. I mean, I've been we had that Don Iris and his friend Mark Herrick on, and those are a couple of guys that are really into the hobby back and forth, and they're fun to talk.
What about Michael
Gross?
Gross. Yep.
That was my second thought, but I don't know if Gross would got Kelly so excited.
Again, you're going to the same thing. I mean, you're interviewing him because he's a celebrity, and it's kind of like, well, but then you're basically saying that everybody else isn't that great because they're not famous, and really the only reason you're getting excited about it is because they've been on TV. Well, I'd rather.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is, Lionel. At least this is my opinion. I think it gives validation in some people's eyes to what we do, and maybe that's not the right word, but the fact that somebody like a Rod Stewart or a Michael Gross or a Mandy Patinkin or a Gary Coleman or a Neil Young, it shares our hobby. It is. I think, and Rod, I think there's some validation to that. Hey, I mean, given the culture that we have, where a lot of people, put celebrities on a pedestal, right, wrong, or indifferent, I think that it gives us, number one, it gives us some kind of connection to them that you don't normally get because they're celebrities. But at the same time, it's like I said, it validates for us, that, hey, what we're doing is cool because, hey, if Rod Stewart does this, then I'm cool like Rod Stewart.
Well, that I agree with 100%. I think you make a very valid point about that. But I think for me, with the podcast, the thing I've learned over the last several years is like, I was excited when we interviewed David Hyde because he plays in the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. And I'm thinking, man, that validates the hobby because there's a guy that makes his living and doing a pretty cool job. And we've got lots of guys that do lots of really interesting things. Tom Klomoski was a fire captain in Miami. And, there's been, and Mike Hawk is a doctor in Erie, Pennsylvania. I mean, we got all kinds of people that just they may not be famous, but they give me validation because they're good citizens and they're doing cool things. So that's where I always kind of look at it.
Well, no, and that's the whole point of the podcast is to go beyond the modeling and, see, what it is that what is it that we have in common. These people from all walks of life, we're bound by this common interest. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I do think it would be cool, to get somebody like that on the, it would be a heck of a get, number one, but I think it would just be cool.
Yeah.
And Joe, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but Joe Piscopo is on Cameo. So if you,
we got it.
if we want to chip in,
We should get Joe Piscopo to come on. Yeah.
We can get a message from Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, we'd see how much an hour with Joe would cost. It's an interesting discussion because I hear everything you say, and I do in fact have the phone number to call Rod, and I made that connection with him through our buddy in Pittsburgh. Don't tell me.
Good old, what's his name? Oh, they're so close.
Well, there's only a bazillion people I know.
Starts with J.
City Classics.
Oh,
Jim Sacco, the guy who
sounded out.
Oh, come on! Like you tried doing this. You tried doing this.
As I say to my 4-year-old niece, use your words.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So anyways, I feel like I get what you're saying, but I think, honestly, that feels to me like it's a slap in the face to everybody else. It's like saying everybody else, well, you're the next level down. You're not Rod Stewart. So, geez, we're really interested in getting Rod Stewart because he's a famous rock and roll singer, but you're only just a model railroader, so you're not nearly as excited.
We're interested in getting Rod Stewart because he's a model railroader.
Because he is a model railroader. Not Rod Stewart the singer, Rod Stewart the model railroader. That's what I'm interested in. I don't care about his music.
Well, then
there's some guys I know. They know Michael Gross. They go to operating sessions. And he's a great guy. He's a fun guy to be around. He's a model railroader. So just because you happen to have some successful films, TV, we don't talk to him because he's not the right kind of model railroader.
You mean he's an unscaler?
And when you think about it, that's just their job.
Yeah.
You know, and unless these people are incredibly conceited a-holes, you know, it to them, I mean, we have a different view, right? Because we're not famous actors, we're not famous musicians, we're just regular Joes. But to them, that's just their job. And I'm sure, well, I mean, if you think about the fact that when Rod Stewart's on tour, you know, he takes his models with him on the road and you know, it's a job, you know, it's his job. It's what he does to make a living. And, you know, I'm sure like the rest of us, he's probably way more interested in working on his layout and spending time with his family than he is, you know, I mean, obviously you have to have passion and drive and everything to reach that level of success. But at the end of the day, it's still just a job.
And here's the thing, you know, like I reached out to Michael Gross and maybe once or I guess twice, and I didn't get any reply. And my attitude is they're no better than any other model railroader. And they're lined up down the street of people that want to be on the podcast. So why am I, you know, I reach out to somebody, they're not going to reply. It's like, okay, well then you're not interested. I mean, there's all kinds of people that want to be on the podcast, and there's all kinds of interesting people that can be on the podcast. So it's like, all right, so you're Rod Stewart, or okay, you're Michael Gross. Like, if you're not going to answer, no, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to spend a lot of time tracking down somebody that doesn't want to be on the podcast because.
Well, that's okay. Nobody's
rarely. I've only been refused. Only two people have ever refused to be on the podcast. Everybody else is like, yeah, I'll be on it. Yeah, I'll be on it. And I'm not going to waste a lot of time tracking down Rod Stewart or tracking down Michael Gross and seeing if, gee, would you be on my podcast? Because let me tell you, I got 1,000 people that want to be on it. You know, so that's kind of where I'm at. Like, yeah, if it was easy to get a hold of these guys like any other model railroader, sure, I'd be all over that. But it's not easy. It's like you gotta, you know, and it's just not easy. And you got to explain it to them. And it's like, what is a podcast? And blah, 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 blah.
Are you explaining it to them or their I want to say handlers, but their publicity, publicist or whatever it is that they're doing. Your contact.
Their assistants,
you know. And the other thing is, and then I think to myself, well, who am I going to get to co-host with me? Because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And there's at least 8 or 10 of us now that are regular folks on the podcast, and I wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and you can't have everybody on. So it's kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to go talk to regular folks. So that's, yeah. If it was easy to get a hold of Rod Stewart, I'd be all over it. But
well, Kelly never said anything about it being anybody famous, did he?
Yeah, I didn't say famous.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Somebody.
about?
Yeah, who knows?
What are we talking about now? How did
The whole thing that we were talking about, the
Yeah.
fact that somebody's coming that he can't tell us because it's super hush hush.
Oh yeah, we're going to be amazed.
We're gonna be amazed.
We're gonna be amazed. Simply amazed.
That
Amazed.
stuff.
So it
that
could be,
stuff drives me nuts. You can't. You can't tell us some
love
some
it.
Yeah,
guy.
you're supposed to.
Some
you're
guy's
supposed
going to come and photograph your layout, but it's
Yeah.
so spectacular.
No, he's not coming to. Well, he'll photograph, but I don't
Oh,
think
it's a he. Okay, we know it's a man.
Well,
So you got
So-
somebody coming to visit, some famous. So you got what? Michael Gross coming to operate the layout
I'm
or
not
something?
going to say. I'm not going to say.
You're supposed to do something like 5 people that are coming before the end of the week. Number 3 will amaze you, or something like that. If you want to get your search engine optimization up there. You know.
No, it's going to be a private.
have a listicle.
private visit. It's going to be a private.
Oh,
visit.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah,
he's doing it.
it. And
He's
so,
doing it.
okay, now this is a perfect example. I'd like to be part of that. Who can be part of? Who can be part of this amazing experience? How do you decide who's going to be part of this amazing experience?
Probably helps if you're in Medford at the same
Yeah,
time.
really.
I can get on a plane.
Yeah.
It's
They
probably-
open the
there's
borders?
yeah, I can go. I can fly. I can go to the States right this minute. I can get on a
Just
plane.
can't-
And I
you
can
can't
get on.
back in.
Oh no, he can.
Oh, he can. They
Yeah.
changed the.
Well, no, maybe not.
Yeah, getting out's the harder part for
Yeah,
him. Right?
anybody,
He can partially get back in.
anybody can get back in,
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
So I'm available. So who's when is this going to take place?
I don't know when it's going to happen.
So how are you going to decide who's going to? Is this an operating session?
No, I don't know what it's going to be. Right now I don't know.
So
all
some
the details.
some mysterious person's coming to not to photograph it, just to show up at the park.
at the club.
Didn't he do this to us one time before and nothing happened?
Yeah.
That's how most of those listicles work. You're never amazed by number 3.
Right? Yeah. This is Bruce Kelly. This is Bruce
boy.
Kelly clickbait.
Yeah, it's clickbait. Yeah.
That's right. It's
Clickbait.
clickbait.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, you figured
Hey,
it out.
Not to change the subject, but you know something I haven't heard for a while, but the idea of going to Canada kind of reminded me is, what's the status of Hard Part's visa? Or his,
Well,
passport?
we'll talk about that next week on
Okay.
on the fans. We're going to end this because we're 2 hours and so we're
Oh,
way
okay.
past 2 hours. Now it's going to be a lot of work to get this done because I got to listen to
Yeah.
you guys.
You got to
again.
cut a lot of our BS out.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
really.
going to cut it out. I just got to make.
You got to put stuff in.
Just got to put at least one hockey horn in
Yeah,
there.
I got to
Yeah.
put it in New York,
Horn.
New York, and a hockey horn.
Yeah.
At least that's early in the
and
editing.
a drum roll.
Yeah.
Got to put in the drum roll and no golf clap. Spoon
No.
said no golf clap.
No golf clap. No.
That was pretty exciting. Way to go, Chris Stilson, buddy. You are the winner
Yeah.
of our second contest.
Yeah.
Nice job, Chris. And that was a late entry, right in there, just under the wire. Were you excited when you were excited, Hard Part, when you saw that?
Yeah, I was, because I was a little sad that there weren't any other really Spinal Tap references. And there was one other person who mentioned it, but I figured there'd be more, or at least something like that. But instead, I got Gary and Steve, and
Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam.
Dave, Adam, which are all
Right.
great entries. But
I can't wait to buy my new MDX and name it Maddox.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
You can have Maddox.
It's
Joe, I've never had a car that I named.
me neither. I call mine Toyota. Yeah. Or
I thought you weren't
named
supposed
my-
to mention that anymore.
I've
I
had
named my GPS, but not my car.
I've had cars with names, but I've never named my own car. I've had other people call it things and kind of stuck. But
I have no. I'm not. I can still mention what a great company Toyota is.
Oh, okay.
I can talk about what a great company Toyota is all day long.
Oh, there you go.
Toyota is a fantastic company. I would highly recommend people buying their vehicles from Toyota. It is a wonderful company. Anyways, all right, Kelly, give out our email address.
Okay, if you want to reach us by the wonders of email, you can reach us at a modeler's life. I screwed up.
A miner's life.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
Modelers life at gmail.com. That's modelers with one L, not as Nigel, not 2 L's, is Kelly.
Wow.
Yeah, but how many R's are in That's what I need to know.
It depends on if you're going the Canadian or the American spelling.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
And don't even start with the English spelling. There's going to be extra U's.
We're going to be.
Yeah, they'll throw an extra U and an O in there.
We're going to be
And
amazed.
the Q is silent.
This better be. What is that?
The hell was
That ain't
dog.
me.
That's a dog.
That's
Not me.
what's your
Sorry.
dog? What's your dog's
Oh.
name? What's your dog's name?
Right now, it's a name I would not want to utter in a public place, but
Oh, is this
Ellie.
4 letters followed by head?
yeah, something like that. It's Ellie.
Ellie.
Jeez.
Ellie.
This is my daughter's dog that she couldn't take with her to their new place, and we kind of wound up with her a few months ago, and she's been a bundle of joy.
Mhm.
Ellie,
Ellie.
you're going to be amazed.
Ellie is named after Eleanor Rigby.
You
That's her
better.
full name.
You better make this. You know what, Kelly? You
Yeah.
need to go away and think about this and make sure that we are going to be amazed. And if you decide that we're not, you better go find somebody that is going to amaze us.
Okay.
And we have a website, amodeler'slife.com. And if you go there and you click on the picture of the moderately agitated mail boy in a particularly agitated state, you don't even need to know the email address. And
That's
if
right.
and
You don't need to spell anything.
that's right. And also, if you're new to this podcast, because this is on the free channel, and you really like this, especially the parts with Spoon in it, you can click on the Patreon thing on the website there, and you go there, and for 365 easy payments of 16 cents, you can get an extra podcast every week, 4 extra podcasts every month for just 16 cents. Some months, 5 extra podcasts.
It is a phenomenal value.
Phenomenal
It
value.
is.
And then also, if you want some souvenirs, some merch, if you go to Midwest Model Railroad, which is the official hobby shop of the Modeler's Life, Midwest Model Railroad, right there in Independence, Missouri, they are now expanding to 15,000 square feet,
Wow.
and and most of it is Model Railroad stuff. 90% of it is Model Railroad stuff. There's a little bit of Pine Derby, for Boy Scouts doing the soapbox Pine Derby thing. There's a little bit of that and a little bit of other stuff, but hardly anything else. There's no RC cars, none of that stuff. It's all model railroading. It's like
Studio space.
What's that?
There's studio space, isn't there?
There's studio space. Yes, there is some other space, but most of it is model railroading. And I think you've had your turn tonight, Hard Part. I think you've had your chance.
I was just trying to help.
Oh, okay.
Like I talked about famous people who may or may not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, man.
I at least stuck to the script tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get some mileage out of that. I'm serious. Seriously, now you got to go out and get somebody famous, like
God,
somebody at least on the same par as Rod Stewart.
I know who it is. It's the person who invented his radar gun.
Yeah, there you go. It's Constable McDougal. It's Constable O'Reilly. From
Radar O'Reilly.
Yeah, there you go. What else? Oh, yeah. So if you want merch, you go to Midwest Model Railroad, RR.com. It's MidwestModelRR.com. Boom. You go click on AML, and there's a wonderland of AML merchandise, hats, hoodies, T-shirts, mugs, everything you possibly need. I think that's it. Kevin, I think because this has all been all about Nigel. I like that. That rolls off the tongue.
It does.
LaFawnDuh and Nigel.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think, will it be Nigel and LaFawnDuh or LaFawnDuh and Nigel?
I don't know. They won't be driven together, so we'll never know.
I know, but
So-
when you speak of them fondly, I would think it's always LaFawnDuh and Nigel is the way it kind of rolls off the tongue.
Well, ladies always come first.
Yeah, it's true. It's Nigel.
Do you have to work on a fake British accent when you say Nigel?
I'll have to work on it. Peter can give you some tips.
This podcast.
Peter's South African, though.
Oh,
Nice.
that's true. He's not the right person.
Gordy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Gordy's got an English accent.
But-
Everybody write in and complain that this podcast is too long, will you? So then I can make them shorter. The problem is I have too much fun doing this.
Yeah.
So when you're calling and making appointments for service and things like that, Kevin, you can say you're making plans for Nigel.
I love that.
Hey,
That's outstanding.
Did Tim Morris answer your message?
No, he didn't. So
Uh-oh.
it must be
he's
late.
mad.
That's
Doesn't
not,
have the passport yet.
that's not good.
Either that or he chose not to answer.
Yeah, exactly. Now I've made him
He's
mad.
he's busy processing my stripwood order.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, what'd you
Or
read?
he's-
Bow chicka bow wow.
All right, that's it. I think we're out of here. Are you ready, Kevin?
I am.
Hard part. Nigel's dad.
Handler. Nigel's handler.
Nigel's handler. Yeah, I like that. And I'm sorry for the Al Bundy reference. But did you ever play football in high school?
No.
Did you? What?
I was too busy selling shoes.
Oh,
You
man.
he's like the Michael Jordan of shoe sales.
Yeah.
From
And he's going to
Been doing it a long
Thailand.
time. I'm going to Thailand. I'm
Yeah.
winning the trip. And I'm going
I-
around the world.
I have no doubt about that. You just have that. You're the guy. You are the man. I don't know how he's going to Thailand without a passport, but we'll find out.
That'll happen soon enough.
That'll be amazing too.
It will.
So remember, A Modeler's Life podcast is considered marginally adequate by 6 out of 10.
New car enthusiasts.
Lionel, you got a lot of explaining to do, Lionel. Ah, mira qué pasa aquí, está haciendo toda la cosa aquí.
It's another Lincoln Homer.